Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, JOEQ. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Wasn't a nice guy. Here we go, 3:17. He wasn't nice. Let's do it. Wednesday afternoon in the Southland right now.
Bing, ba-da-bop. He was nice to me, too.
No, he wasn't.
Boom, ba-da-bop. Yeah, he was.
Bing,
ba-da-bop. Beto's in the house. Boom, ba-da-bop. Is Trudell coming in today? Dude? Are you freaking from Tulsa?
Michael.
I don't know what happened.
Michael.
It came out the arm.
Michael.
Is this your first time on the radio?
No, but
Michael, the little dictator's going to be here in a little while, so be careful, okay? The little dictator's coming in a little while, so be careful.
We're going to get the car seat out for him.
Hey, don't worry about it. Marty McSorley's
Chris says
going
he's
to
going to get a car seat for him.
Marty McSorley's going to kick his freaking ass. Tell you that
Did
right
Marty
now.
McSorley find you guys yesterday?
Dude, you don't even understand. I'm not joking around.
I mean, the Kings could have used them.
I was walking last night. I'm walking in the concourse of Crypto.com.
Terrified.
And not
Beto is literally underneath the desk trying to
What's he
screw this
doing?
mic back in.
He's resourceful.
He is resourceful.
He is a resourceful guy. I was walking through the concourse last night of Crypto.com, and this dude comes up to me in a Kings jersey, and he starts yelling at me, Cappy, what the hell, man? Yo, what's up, Cappy? What the hell, man?
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, wait a second, this is not Marty McSorley. What's going on here? And he goes, yo, what's up with you and Marty McSorley, man?
Uh-oh.
What's going on here, Cap? What's the deal, Cap?
Beto, you got a wrench in there?
And I was like, yo,
Okay,
man,
beautiful.
I don't want any problem with this guy. I didn't know it was Marty McSorley's son.
So what were you doing?
I was like...
You were sweating?
Yeah, well, I was like looking for my friends going, hey, guys, stand in front of me, will you?
Yeah.
And they were like, no, if he's going to kick your ass, let him kick your ass.
Yeah.
A bodyguard.
So what
I
happened?
didn't have a bodyguard. Nothing.
DeAndre wasn't there.
I know.
I wasn't there, man.
By the way, speaking of DeAndre.
Got a fresh cut at RC's
That's right.
Barbershop
Come on
in
now.
Paramount.
I see
right.
that.
Everybody gets their hair cut there except you now.
Because I have no time. Otherwise, I would. Can
No.
RC come to
Beto,
me?
we got to take him.
No, I am ready.
This is Cappy's new thing, by the way, that he doesn't have time.
No, I don't have any time for anything.
What do you mean you don't have time?
I'll put it
No,
to you
it's
this
fine.
way.
I'll just hold it.
I need new tires on my car because I drive so damn much.
Yeah.
I had no time. I need my new cell phone.
Shot at you.
That is a shot at you. I need a
Why?
new phone.
The tires thing.
Yeah.
You're going to drive anyway. It has
That's
nothing to
right.
do with me.
Well, the right upper front tire is more.
Why, you
bald
want me
than
to
the
buy you
others.
Well,
tires?
it's the way your car's aligned.
No, it's the weight.
Do you
of
want me
when
to buy
and
you
Chris
tires?
drive
Is that what,
together.
so? Since you give me, that's what the thing is.
But
Well, he
but
weighs less now.
I know, but it's different now. The alignment's much better now that he's lost so much weight.
Guess what? You want to take? I'll buy your tires.
You will?
Yeah, I don't care.
You don't care? You don't get. What do you care? You don't care.
How much could your tires be?
What do you think they are?
They're probably like $400 a piece.
Not 400.
I mean, yeah.
I'll give you 200 a piece.
200 per tire.
Yeah.
You're going to give me an $800 tire allowance.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, thank you.
But I get to go and pick the tires with you. I want to feel the rubber.
Okay, I understand. Also, can you and I go to Verizon at some point together? Because my phone is in horrible shape. Can you give me an $800 phone allowance?
No,
also?
why should I pay for your phone? All I have to do when you drive me home is listen to conversations of you and Rachel.
Oh, that's
Scott,
true.
when are you going to be home? Oh, hey, Chris, I'm glad you didn't die. Scumbag fatty.
That's great. Hey, a lot of people are glad that Chris didn't die. You know, we were banging away at calls yesterday between 6 and 6:30.
I heard it.
I know you called
And
in.
then guess what Craig Karmazin, founder and owner of this place, truly said to us?
What?
How important calls are.
Yeah, we'll disagree on that.
I told him.
Well, we said we'll do more of it.
Yeah.
And Cappy
you
was
do
like,
when I'm not around.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
So I should be blaming you for no calls.
Yeah.
Okay, because I blame Bergie. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
No, you
hold
can blame me.
Okay. I'll blame you.
Okay.
Will you fire Craig Karmazin too? Will you make sure his door lock doesn't work?
No, he can make sure mine doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he loves you. You're family.
Familia.
But
You got a lifetime deal.
we'll agree to disagree.
But I had a nice conversation today with Evan Cohen.
Yeah.
He's also got a lifetime deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's 2 lifetime deals? Or are you going to say 3?
No,
I
there's-
mean, Chris is approaching
No.
I
lifetime
know,
deal.
but his life could
No.
also be very
But
short.
right, that's true. Life
Right.
was
no,
short.
there's already 3.
He would have been. There would have been like a memorial, like
Yeah.
Christopher Award.
No, there's 3. Sedano,
Yeah.
Cha, Evan Cohen,
Yep.
Riz, for sure Riz.
Riz is 3.
Riz.
And then I've got like a truncated deal.
They also are probably not counting on you being around too long.
Probably not.
I mean, maybe not. That's
Strokes,
true.
Several strokes, right?
Seizures. But here's the
Seizures,
thing.
Strokes.
Cappy tried to tempt me last night at 10 o'clock on the walk back.
You did?
Or 10:30 after the game. He's like, aren't you
Road pie?
Aren't you hungry? I said, I'm really hungry. He goes, you think you could do a 10 p.m. salad at the dog, at Lazy Dog? I said, no, let's not do a 10 p.m. salad. Let's just go to bed.
That's what we did.
And that's what we did.
Yeah,
And
we
woke
did.
up at this morning at 5:30 to hit those streets.
Boy, I'll tell you what, the streets of downtown LA.
As your friend Deacon Fry's dad once sang about
Yeah.
Glenn Fry when he said, you belong to the city,
Right.
you belong to the night.
Oh, in a big way. I'll tell you what, this morning we were walking around downtown LA, dude. Oh, man.
Find out that, DeAndre.
It is
You belong
not
to the
good. It's not a good situation. In fact, you should never walk that early for exercise in the morning in downtown LA.
This is the thing. He's trying to like pitch me on, how could we fix the homelessness problem? I said, dude, I'm just trying to walk. I had heart
What are
failure.
you, Rick Caruso?
3
Like,
months
what's wrong with you?
I'm trying to figure it out, dude. Yes, I'm
Scott
Rick
Caruso over
I
here.
want to be the mayor of this mother
3
effer.
months ago, I had heart failure. I'm not worried about trying to fix that problem now,
no,
too.
Today,
Oh,
this
look,
morning,
Trudell's here.
I was bouncing some ideas.
There
off
he is.
Morales, so come on in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a nice gray suit over there. Is it
Yeah.
gray?
Beto, get on the other
You
mic.
gonna
Looks
steal
gray
his-
from here.
You going to steal his suit idea?
Beto, are
again
you
this
going to
week?
fix this mic?
No, I loved. It was an homage to him.
Wow.
It was an homage to him because I loved the light suit he was wearing the other
Get in
day.
here, Beto.
No, Beto, you stay.
Beto, get in
Beto,
here,
we're-
man.
I'm Manning today. Handy Manning here.
Oh, he's Andy Manning.
My kids used to love Handy Manny.
They do.
Yeah.
I didn't say they do. Kids do.
Yeah.
Look at this guy right
guys.
here. What? Hey.
Hi.
What's going on, Trudeau?
Oh man, I almost.
So wait, did Marty McSorley not kick your ass?
Marty
We
McSorley
couldn't
knocked
find
your
him.
ass, but
Did you hear this, Trudeau? Marty McSorley wants to kick our ass.
Which one of you?
Both of us. Well,
They were
technically-
talking smack about him.
Oh, yeah, I made fun of him. I didn't make fun of him. I just pointed out he's had better days last week after he
And
was
then
banging
Luke
the drum.
Robitaille told Mason in Ireland, who are those guys who were making fun of Marty? He wants to kick their ass.
right.
And then we saw Mike Altieri in the suite, and Cap A called him Guy Fieri.
You called him Guy Fieri?
He did.
What's wrong with you?
And Altieri
sounded like-
is a beautiful man.
Mike Altieri sounds like Guy Fieri.
He's a beautiful man. Amazing hair.
Dude, this hair,
Go-
George, you've
Oh,
never seen hair like this. In
It's
your life.
incredible.
When he walks into the suite, everybody just stops what they're
And you
doing.
can smell him
and just looks
in a
at
good
his
way.
hair like
he's got this amazing sweater.
Right,
That
he's
sweater
so
was probably
hot.
$2,000.
He is so hot, that guy.
He was hot.
Yeah.
And he is hot.
Yeah.
But then Cappy called him Guy Fieri.
And now he
Jesus.
wants to kick my ass. So now it's Guy Fieri and Marty McSorley who want to beat us up.
That Kings loss did hurt my feelings. After
It was a
the-
tough loss.
After the way the Lakers
Oh.
lost.
I stayed till
especially.
the end, just so
Yeah.
you know.
We did say till the end.
They could have used Marty McSorley.
They could have.
Yeah.
They could have used a little bit more physicality, out there. But the truth of the matter is yet again the Kings have another lead.
Yeah.
And they can't hang on.
No.
It's happened in every loss that they've had so far.
Yeah.
And they were up 2-0, and now they're down 3-2.
And now you're seeing ghosts because this is the team that's put the knife in you all
Yeah.
these years in a
Right.
row now.
But it's three
true.
straight losses
Yeah.
where they've had the lead.
Yeah, no,
And
I
they-
know.
And they can't hang on.
How many meatballs do you have in your mouth, though?
No meatballs last night. You know why? They didn't have any meatballs. Otherwise, I would have had a bunch of them.
I
last
had the
night.
meatballs when I went the day I went. They were good.
It's
You
good
like that
meatball.
meatball, right?
Yeah.
good meatballs.
Yeah, it's a good meatball.
If you take the hot dog bun and you put it in where the hot
Yeah, I
dogs
just had
go,
no carbs
and
that
then
day.
you just you make a little bit of soft.
Yeah, but a
bun.
meatball has
Very
carbs
nice.
because of the breadcrumbs, just so you know.
Well, no, I know, but then you add like a hot dog bun.
right.
Yeah.
Especially a steamed one.
Right.
Steamed bun is nice and soft and spongy.
Yeah.
You know, it's really good.
But when I'm in there, they do the vegetable tray, the Mediterranean platter, and
oh, that's nice.
Also very
it's like
nice.
4 different types of broccoli.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, that purple broccoli.
And then the gold one.
Right.
And cauliflower.
Yeah, and even the green broccoli doesn't even look so attractive next to the purple and the gold.
Yeah, they've got purple broccoli. Trudell, you ever had purple broccoli?
I think
purple-
I've had it at the arena before.
Plus, DeAndre will give you a purple drink if you need it.
Oh, really?
What, that purple drink?
Oh, really?
I have a purple drink story. And
Old Trudell would have never said that. This is amazing.
Yeah, people love Trudell more so now than
Oh,
ever
it's
before.
incredible.
People come up to us all the time and they're like, "What did you guys do to Trudell?"
Look, I try to explain this to Morales, hosting Thompson Trudell. We gotta play up Thompson. Here, I just get to come and say whatever I want.
Plus, the radio station was different then. Different vibe.
Different
That's true
vibe.
too.
Yeah.
But as far as purple drink, you got the purple tie, the purple hanky, the purple headset.
Well,
Tell us about the purple drink.
drink was just simple. So I was friends with some of the guys in the football team, and we were playing.
And he went to Northwestern, which is purple.
Also very purple.
Playing
right?
a game called Caps, which at Northwestern you just sit across from each other and try to throw a beer bottle cap into a pint glass on the other side. And they were playing with purple drink, so I didn't know.
That's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, it was.
Drink. You were young and dumb.
It was purple drink, but then there's also something called Cisco. Have you guys ever heard of this?
It's like liquid crack.
And I had never had Cisco before, and I was drinking the Cisco.
You don't want anything to do with that,
Yeah.
DeAndre.
No, I do not know.
Yeah, trust me when I tell you that.
I was drinking Cisco as if it were beer.
No.
That was the most drunk that I've ever gotten.
I am so shocked right now.
It was not great. Yeah, that was a rough
Mike
night.
will surprise you.
Wow.
Mike will surprise you.
Well, that didn't happen again. I'll tell you that. From that point, guys, just let me know what's in the Cisco again, and they kind of explained it.
Mike can recite every lyric in a Wu-Tang song, too. I bet you didn't know that.
Bomb atomically, Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses. Anyway, so big game tonight. Big game tonight, and
you didn't know that either, Cappy, about Trudell had that in his bag.
White boy can rap, huh? You know what I'm saying?
It's not about skin color. Anyway. Wait, is this live imaging Wednesday?
No,
Lou.
well,
It's Lou.
It's Lou.
So here's the thing:
This is
we got a 5-year plan with this show now because Sedano's going to become such a big star that we sort of have to acclimate to what do we do post Sedano
We think
days.
he's the Joe Buck, the future Joe Buck of ESPN.
So Sedano will always be part of the radio station and part of the fabric.
The fabric.
But he's going to be. We got to start planning.
Right.
Is Buck going to start doing basketball?
No. I don't
No,
think
that's
so.
what I'm saying.
But Joe's
Yeah,
gonna
so
be,
Breen.
But young Joe Buck over here.
No, Mike
Joe
Breen.
Sedano is going to be doing Monday Night Football.
So, like,
No,
if
I'm
Sedano
not.
only does 1 day a week with us because he's doing the NBA on ESPN all week, like, we've got to start migrating. And here's the thing. Cappy doesn't want to, like, he likes to bang sticks with people he knows. Me, Marty McSorley. So he doesn't want to bang sticks with strangers.
Right.
How's your stick? No, just.
Well, he's a lefty.
Yeah.
So as far as his stick,
I mean, they were banging calls this.
yeah, we
Cappy
banged a
likes
lot
to
of
bang.
calls. I do. I like to bang.
Real quick,
man.
let's get into what the Lakers are going to have to do. They're going to have to, bang when they go through the lane a little bit. They're going to have to get a little physical tonight. There are also some other adjustments they need to make. But first, let me tell you about our friends at LAX, Cappy, my home away from home, where changes are arriving daily. The People Mover trains are rolling out early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investment into improving your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, the economy parking, and the Kiss and Fly lot, all in 10 minutes or less. And they depart every 2 minutes once they open in early 2026. By the way, as you heard, I mentioned the metro buses and trains. Yeah, you won't even need a car to get to LAX. It's that simple because that Century Station, the People Mover will pick you up right there. So to learn more, go to their website, lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, the home guy. Teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to Pechanga.com for more details.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Laker fans, meet Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink
of the Lakers. It's a natural, healthier alternative packed with ultra-premium ingredients like organic agave, electrolytes, biotin, essential B vitamins, natural caffeine, and it's NSF Sports certified. It fights fatigue, sharpens focus, and supports your immune system. Grab the limited edition Lakers can and rep the team in style. Pro Baller Energy. Champions. Choose clean energy.
At Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, every Subaru is designed to take you further while protecting what matters most. Like the new 2025 Subaru Forester or 2025 Subaru Crosstrek, both available with 3.9% financing for 48 months. Ocean Subaru, where every journey leads to something greater.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance, not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. Plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 4/30/2025.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
You got to rev it up. I know the song, but I don't know the OTD. What is it?
As the number one hit in 1966.
You know
Who are the Young Rascals?
Yeah, the Rascals.
Young Rascals.
He never heard this song. Isn't that crazy?
Who hadn't heard this song?
DeAndre.
What you know about Young Rascals, dude?
I know nothing about Young
I
Rascals.
ain't blame you, bro.
Hey, listen.
The only reason I know this song is like from like Happy Days or like the Wonder Years or something like that.
They ain't playing this in the
This
house.
is a typical grocery store song. I
Pot
feel
it up
like.
right here.
Good love. Yeah, it's like one of those songs you would know from a movie, but you wouldn't watch.
It was also a big hit, the Rascals. Remember when they did People Got to Be Free? 1967. That's a good song, too.
Not me.
You don't know that song, People Got to Be Free?
I mean, maybe if you played it.
Yeah, I know that one.
Get that ready.
If you played it, maybe I would
Well,
know.
we're going to play it here in moments.
You would know it.
But first, Trudell with Lakers Talk.
I would. Perhaps I would. I don't know. Michael, let me ask you this, because I feel like,
When he
obviously.
says, let me ask you this, you're supposed to say, go ahead.
Well, typically you are a let me ask you this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So George is kind of by osmosis, I feel like, adopted that to
Yeah,
make you feel
perhaps.
comfortable.
Yes. Yeah.
Try it again. Try it again.
Michael, let me ask you this.
Yes, Cappy? Oh, I mean, George?
You're supposed to say, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was
He
focused
literally just told you what to say.
Well,
and you
yeah,
still
but
messed
then
it up.
Yeah. It's
I
not
got
his style.
distracted because
It's not his style. No.
It's not.
Yeah,
no.
sorry.
It's
I
okay.
gotta focus. My bad.
Yeah.
Focus.
Exactly. All right. So, understandably so,
Go ahead.
all the scuttlebutt and all the coverage has been about what the Lakers haven't done. I feel like this is less about the Lakers and it's more about what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards. Like, Anthony Edwards is rising again, another postseason where at 23 years old, we are seeing him hit levels that very few have hit at that stage of their career. Michael called him a mix of Kobe, Dwayne Wade, and Michael Jordan. And if you think about those guys' games, he is kind of some sort of hybrid of those guys in a lot of ways. I think that as good as the Lakers are, they have to play a nearly flawless game to win games in this series. I don't know if you need to say the same about Minnesota, which, by the way, I did not think before the series, and you did. You thought they were a really tough matchup. I did not think they were going to be this tough, so I was completely wrong about that.
What?
But
What?
can I continue?
Did you just say you were wrong?
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
See,
Good
see,
job.
now you got it.
Good
Yeah,
job.
you got it. I think a lot of this is
Wow.
you got to hope they regress to the mean a little bit, Minnesota.
Well, the Edwards praise is definitely fair. I think all season long, there were the four guys that were going to be on All-NBA first team, and Shea, Jokic, Giannis, and Tatum. And right now, Edwards is that fifth guy. Like you could make an argument for Curry. You could actually still make an argument for LeBron.
Mitchell.
Who was in Mitchell, but Ant's playing better than Mitchell right now.
Right
Like,
now. But during the season, I would say.
That's my point though. So he's gone up this
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
other
Agreed.
level now. And I mean, I think he has part of his problem in the regular season was turnovers and crunch time, and he's had like 6 turnovers for the whole series.
Right.
So he has been tremendous.
Why
So
are you
that's-
guys doubling him more on the catch?
That I actually thought they were going to double him a little more than they have, but so that's
70 isolations, no doubles.
But and is one part of this tier. But George, the next conversation, and we had some of this. We talked about this last week. After Ants, right? Then you go to.
What is this, Tulsa
You
over
go to
here?
you go to Julius Randle.
Apparently that wasn't fixed. That's okay though. That's not Beto's fault.
No,
That's
it's
fine.
not
tried his
Beto's
best.
fault. No, Beto did a good job.
He didn't even have tools.
So Randall is your secondary playmaker if you're Minnesota.
He's playing unbelievable.
And before the series,
one of your sons.
That was where you thought the Lakers had this big advantage. Because, okay, Ant and Luka, like I get it, they're both awesome, all-NBA first-team types.
Right.
But after that,
LeBron.
there's a big difference between LeBron and Julius Randle. There's a big difference between Austin Reeves and whoever the number 3 is.
Not been the case.
And what's happened is Randle has been amazing. Nas Reed has been terrific.
Yeah.
Dante DiVincenzo has stepped up and been very,
McDaniels
very
is
good.
playing great.
Yeah, you
And,
mentioned
and in
McDaniels.
fact, I should have mentioned McDaniels third, right? Because he's actually probably been their third best player. So
Correct.
they have all played better. And I actually think now the Lakers still have a chance to get back in this series, as Lucas said. But let's say that they don't. I think the Wolves could actually get out of the West.
Yes.
Like that's how good that they are. And it ends up being an unfortunate matchup in that sense for a Laker team that I think really had figured a lot out. But in this specific matchup, without having kind of being able to play Jackson Hayes those bigger minutes, it's a very taxing type of a team to play over the course of a game.
Because if you look at Minnesota, if they do get past this, I think they'll beat the Warriors. Because I think the Warriors will come out of that series, even though I don't think that series is over yet.
Yeah, they're up 3-1, yeah.
And they match up, I think, really well against OKC.
They do. Yeah, they've got a lot of guys who throw at Shea, but that's for another day.
Right.
Like today, I do think the
but
Lakers
just got to.
It should be 2-2, though.
Take the
at
ball
worst.
out of his hands. Let those other guys beat you. They're beating you anyway when you're not doubling him.
Well, they were in pretty good shape.
Tell JJ I said that.
They were in pretty good shape
Why don't
going
you
into
tell
that
him?
fourth quarter, right?
I'm not going today.
Why don't you text him?
No, I'm not texting him on game day. Are you crazy?
Why didn't you text him yesterday?
The man's focused on trying to win a series. He doesn't
No,
need.
he's focused on defending his decisions.
I'm playing radio. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I do think
you were
that
serious.
if you just look at the 4 games, the hardest thing to stomach for me, and I guess stomach would be an appropriate word. Luka Doncic was super sick for Game 3.
Yeah.
And that throws the whole
What did he
series
eat?
off.
So Pajemski
I mean-
said he had bad sushi in Houston, because Houston's like this, hotbed of sushi, as you know.
You know,
They
I
actually have good sushi in Houston, I must say. It's not LA sushi, but it's good sushi. I used to spend a lot of time in Houston. Yeah. I never got sick from the sushi.
I believe that. But wouldn't you say the barbecue a little better though?
Not a steakhouse. Come on.
Well, yeah,
gotta say.
but I mean, the sushi's not bad.
No, in any major city, you're
Yeah.
gonna,
But you're making a blanket statement that sushi in Houston is good sushi.
I don't think Luka was like at a back road sushi
No,
place in Houston.
No, but that was Pajemski. What did Luka have?
Warren in Houston, or in Minnesota.
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, how's the sushi in
Anyway.
Minnesota? Is it
Well,
good?
they have some, what is it? Walla Walla? What do they call it?
Walleye.
Walleye. Yeah,
Walleye.
yeah.
Walla
Walla
Is
Walla.
Walla Walla
Is that like a
fish?
Florida
Walla
thing?
Walla.
What's a-
I don't know.
Walla Walla is a
Okay.
fish, I think.
Yeah, no, walleye.
It is a
Washington,
fish, is
from
it not?
Washington, from the state of Washington.
Walla.
I believe Walla Walla is a fish from the state of
Oh,
Washington.
yeah, that's right. Tush push.
Tush.
It is Washington. You're right. Push. That Cappy. Where did you get that in the
Well,
recesses
that
of your
came
brain?
up.
Walla
That
Walla.
came up a lot during the fires because that's why we weren't doing water stuff and the Walla
No.
Walla.
Walla Walla is a town
in Washington.
Yeah, right. But I don't think it's a fish.
Oh, I thought it was a fish.
Is Washington State up by there?
I think so. Isn't
Yeah,
that where-
that-
Maybe that's why.
I think Drew Bledsoe's
Great
from
Lakes.
there.
Okay, because Clay went there. Washington State. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Are you sure you don't want to go
Walleye.
on the
No,
Walla
but
Walla?
then maybe
No,
I'm
we're good,
wrong.
we're good.
I'm
Okay.
wrong about what I was talking about. That's a different fish then.
Anyway, so Luka.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So I didn't ask him how he felt like he got sick, but the bottom line was that ruined Game 3.
Right.
And LeBron was so awesome in that game that the Lakers still had a decent chance to win.
Correct.
They're tied at 103. Minnesota goes on the big run late.
Yeah.
So it's just like all things considered, the way they didn't come out great in Game 1. We all saw that. They played well in Game 2. But to come out of Minnesota where you're in both games to get outscored like that in the fourth, and now you're down 3-1, like this. Praising Minnesota is fair, but like the Lakers should not be down 3-1, and that's the emotional kind of gut punch that they have to handle. And the only thing they can do is try to win one game at a time, like LeBron did in 2016.
So let me ask you guys a question. Do the Lakers go beyond 5 deep tonight?
Yes, I'm fairly certain.
Or are there only 5 guys that are playing the entire game?
So real quick, can I follow up on something you said?
Please.
When you said LeBron in 2016.
Yes.
That was 10 years ago.
I know, crazy.
He's 10 years
Well,
older.
9 years, but yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, math.
No, you're
Math.
right.
I mean, honestly.
Yes, and what's crazy about it, Chris, is that his numbers are almost the same.
Don't give me that. Oh
as 10 years ago. It's crazy.
It's the playoffs.
Oh my God.
It is. I'm just saying his level of production
here we go.
to have not slipped off a ton from then is crazy. But your point is well taken, and to ask him to do this much at that age, right? That is hard. And so this goes into Cappy's point. And the main question, and we're not going to know until JJ Redick or actually, I don't even know if he'll tell us. We may wait till.
He
30
also got
minutes prior.
Draymond to kick him in the schwanz, and that helped. 2016.
Kicked him in the ding
in Game 4, and then he misses Game 5 for sure.
Yeah.
That did help. So that also was, one of the best teams of all time that they were going against. I don't know, Cappy, the answer, but you could imagine them starting with the smaller group again. But then, you're going to see more Goodwin, probably more Vincent, more Vanderbilt as and I don't know if they would use Jackson Hayes off the bench.
I was going to ask you, does Jackson
He's
Hayes,
unplayable.
Does he play more than 4 minutes tonight?
I don't know, man. He's unplayable.
Well, you could see him going to an 8-man rotation that doesn't have Jackson Hayes. That, like I said, it would have Vanderbilt, Goodwin, and Vincent, and that actually works with how Minnesota's small ball, because Minnesota, they basically couldn't play Gobert and Conley. That was like once the Lakers went to their small group to start the second half. Chris Finch at about, what was it, George, like the 9-minute mark?
Yeah.
9:30 left.
Yeah.
He went
small,
and they almost played for the rest of the half too.
Yeah.
So it's not like Minnesota has this crazy depth that it seems like. They're really only trusting 5 guys, and then Nickeil Alexander-Walker is the one that they trust as well that just didn't play because they're playing DiVincenzo the whole time.
Is Maxi Kleba going to start tonight?
I would suggest not. Yeah, I think he's been listed as out.
We're not throwing him into the series.
Oh.
Yeah. Although
Beto, I need a little backup here.
if Maxi Kleba would have came back a month ago, then he might have been someone you could play.
Cappy's just showing his deep knowledge of the roster.
Not really. What I'm really trying to do is, yesterday George interrupted the entire broadcast to tell us that there was breaking news.
Well, McMiniman tweeted
it. That Maxi Kleba is now listed as questionable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what's he going to do? I mean, the guy hasn't played one game, 1 minute.
Well, and that's
for the
what
Lakers.
I said. You actually agreed, and you actually made a good point, which is if he would have given you at least 5 or 6 games in the regular season, then maybe he'd be a viable option.
No big men. An ongoing problem.
Because he's a stretch 5. That's what he plays.
And I was concerned about going into the stretch 6.
Right, yes.
Which is, something that was picked up yesterday.
Yeah.
New phrase.
Beto's in the house.
Hi, Beto.
Hey, I'm just here working.
Yeah.
What's happening, people?
Did you got it? Chris needs you to fix that thing
took
again.
care of Christopher's
No,
microphone.
now it's not. It fell again.
It fell again? We need
I'm going to have to call the engineer.
We need a wrench.
Really?
All right. Coming up next,
There's
Trudell.
a full toolbox back there.
I want to get
I'll
into
get it.
what the biggest misconception is in the series.
I'm
We'll
not-
get to
I'm
that.
not
But
fixing
first,
anything.
Cosm playoff ticket giveaway. Experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs live as never before seen at Cosm. Call right now, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-3776. Caller 7 will win a pair of tickets to watch tonight's Lakers Timberwolves game at Cosm, Los Angeles. Tickets available at Cosm.com, or you can go on the Cosm mobile app. Call now for your chance to win tickets to watch Lakers, T-Wolves at Cosm tonight. 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-3776. Cappy, tell us about your friends at Sellers Advantage.
I would love to. So, hey, look, guys, I'm telling you right now, selling your house does not have to be a major hassle, okay? Forget about the agents, forget about the commissions, and forget about spending a ton of money to prep your house for sale. By the time you get done paying for all the repairs and then the agent fees on top, you could have already sold your house for a very fair, very competitive price without the concern that the deal will fall through. We have spoken to many Sellers Advantage satisfied customers, including this gentleman right here, Chris Chavez, who said, and I quote, Sellers Advantage was definitely the best company I've worked with. They offered me more than I expected, and the whole process was great. They were helpful. They answered the phone. They were willing to help. I can't say enough about the experience. Much better than going through a realtor. Thank you, Chris Chavez, and congratulations to you for getting more than you expected. Guys, get your free, no obligation, cash offer today by calling Sellers Advantage. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit them online, sellersadvantage.com.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m. The number isn't could 100 men beat the silverback gorilla. It's how many hundreds of men would you have to take before it would actually be a fair fight? And it's not 100, it's not 200. I don't know what it is, but that's an easy one for me.
There's no way in hell we're beating the gorilla. And if we got 100 dudes, you're going first.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
What, Trudell, you're surprised I went there? 3:47 on a Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, Beto.
Sedano and Kap.
Oh, yeah, Beto, yeah.
On this day in 1983,
Yeah.
the #1 hit, Michael Jackson, Beat It. Part of the most sold album of all time.
Beat it.
No, the Beat Thriller.
Yeah, I got it.
Not Beat It.
No, Beat It was the song.
Beat It was on Thriller.
I understand.
Yeah.
Leave it, beat it.
I just felt like. Did you think it was kind of random that Paul McCartney was on the Thriller album, "The Girl Is Mine"?
Great song.
It's a great song. It just was kind of like you have.
Well, they
you
were
Beat
friends
It and
until
Thriller, and then you go to like "The Girl Is Mine." It's just kind of it's a rapid departure.
They were friends until Michael bought his whole catalog, and then that kind of pissed Paul off.
Oh, really?
Well, that worked out well for Michael until his life kind of went the other direction. But financially, it was a good move. Well,
it worked out well it still works out quite well for the estate, I believe.
The estate did well by that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
because he bought the whole Beatles catalog, the early years.
Got it. Is Beto going to get underneath the desk here with tools?
Not when cameras are on.
Beto, how handy are you?
Huh?
How handy are you?
Kind of. Not too much.
I don't think you've got the right tool to fix the
I got
job.
all kinds of wrenches.
No,
here.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think those are the right wrenches to fix
Well,
what you got going on.
So so you guys know Riggs, of course, right? I know Cappy.
Riz
knows
or Riggs?
Well, Riggs has Riz.
Riggs, your daughter?
But Riggs Riggs kind of went after one of the twins the other day, and in showing my wife what he did, one of my son's talent jumped into the wall because Riggs kind of jumped into him and just smashed a huge hole in the wall, which is why I asked Beto. So I don't know if if you have the skill set to replace
fix the sheetrock?
actual sheet like plaster.
I can do that. If you're a homeowner, you know how to fix that.
Not me.
Oh,
Not
really?
me.
Me neither.
No,
You guys have never just fixed the.
That's kind of easy though.
Yeah.
I know how to do that.
Just go to Home Depot. Boom.
I mean, I know how to put like the putty over it.
Right, and then you smooth
But-
it out.
Yeah,
and then you let it dry,
But
and then you paint.
but this is bigger than that. Like
The
I'm
whole
saying,
wall?
it's like
Oh,
it's
then
like
you need
this
to get
big.
then just cut a piece out and then get another piece of sheetrock and
Don't
cut
do
it,
that.
measure
Hire
it and
a
put it in.
But you got to
Hire a
whistle,
handyman.
Trudell.
No, hire a handyman.
And then
You're
you
right.
plaster
I don't have
around
the right
that.
tool.
Yeah, I
got
told
the
you,
wrong
man.
tool.
Hey, wait. Riggs is one kid. Talon is
Talon,
the other. And what's
Jet.
the- These names are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Where did you come up with all these?
Jet, Talon, and Riggs.
Jet, I understand. Jet became a popular name a few years ago.
It did. I had never heard of it.
really
before.
did?
My wife.
I have two other friends whose their kids' names are Jet.
Jet Howard.
Well,
Juwan Howard.
Juwan Howard. We had a moment over that. I saw him in Orlando, or was it New York? I don't know.
So I have two friends. Both of their kids' names are Jet. One is 24 years old. The other kid is 13 years old. So
Yeah.
Jet has been around for a little while. Riggs is that short for like rigatoni or something? Like you just call it
Or just
Yes,
Riggs?
Cap. He named his kid Rigatoni.
It's like an Italian name.
Does he look Italian to you? Trudell looks
Now,
Italian.
here's the thing.
Maybe his wife's Italian.
My Norwegian wife.
Trudell is an Italian, but not an Italian.
Have you ever saw
Mickelson.
Lethal Weapon? Riggs and Murtaugh?
No. Cappy's onto
good.
something. Cappy's onto something. Andy and I are at our wedding. We served rigatoni, and we thought, no, man, it's not after frickin' rigatoni.
Okay, and then what about Talon?
Talon. The first time that I heard that as a name was what was the show now? It was Laguna Beach or The Hills. There was a kid from Orange County named Talon, but they spelled it like the bird, and I just liked how it sounded, especially with Trudell, like Talon Trudell, right? Gets the alliteration.
Yeah.
Double T.
But I made it Talan so that it wasn't directly
so it's
copied.
Like a talon, like a bird. Right.
I was thinking. So now it's
Yeah.
like Allen just with a T.
So
Right.
Talon.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one way to think
Were
about
you
it.
a Kristen Cavallari guy with Laguna Beach?
You know, I always found that LC would have been a better hang, but in terms of looks, yeah, I think you probably go Kristen over LC.
Because her Instagram these days is fire.
You know, don't
Who's
follow
Instagram?
her. But okay.
KC, Kristen Cavallari.
All right, let's take a look at her.
Because she's kind of going through that, like she dated like a 20-year-old guy, then broke up with him, and now like she's just putting it. She wants to make a point to like Jay Cutler.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to follow her right now.
Well, he kind of sucks. When they had the show together, like he was just really.
He's always
that was
miserable.
A good show. Yeah, he is. He's a miserable guy.
He's just kind of always
He's mad about
miserable.
everything.
It did seem kind of funny though.
But I mean, if you
His
looked
humor
at
is
him on
kinda
the
funny.
sideline, he kind of always looked miserable too.
No, he
So-
always had RBF.
You know who
so
else
some of
looks
that.
miserable on the sideline? Go ahead, George.
Well, actually, what I was going to do was going to do a read in between and then get into content.
See, that's what we're talking about. Go ahead.
Right. So here's the thing. I do want to ask you the biggest misconception in this series. But before that, guys, Mother's Day is right around the corner, May 11th. All right?
You got to give it to mom this year.
12 days away. You can give it to your wife, too.
Your wife.
Yeah. So there you go. So you get some flowers. Go to
Or
Books.
girlfriend.
Books.com. That's short for bouquets. BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN gets you 25% off. Look, you remember mom taking care of you. She packed your lunch. She took you to practice. You know, she took care of you when you were sick, all that stuff, okay? Mom needs to be happy, so in return, you need to make her happy. And this year, you send happy flowers for a happy Mother's Day from Books. Again, 25% off, promo code ESPN. It's very simple. Books aren't just any flowers. They're flowers cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and they last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a volcano. Beto just brought some in for Cappy right now.
Bam!
Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go for the Books Flowers subscription so she gets flowers all the time on
I feel
repeat.
like I'm Moses walking down the hill, walking down
Yeah.
Mount Sinai. I've
You
got
love
the
this
commandments.
Moses reference.
You got the flowers. They're like.
Can I have those?
Sure.
It's easy, guys.
I-
not these.
I picked the
What?
bouquet
These are
already
coming home
and the
with me.
delivery
Bring my
date,
wife.
and it's already done. So you get 25% off. Why stop at mom? Get some for your wifey, your auntie, your abuela, your sister, all that. So look, guys, don't forget mom. May 11th, Mother's Day. Order your Books now. Books.com. Promo code ESPN. 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN.
Give it to mom this year.
Oh my God, they're Bookalicious.
They are
Oh my
Bookalicious.
God, they
smell
smell
those,
so
Cappy.
good.
Don't mess with those.
Can
I
I
got to do a
smell-
commercial later.
Trudell, put your head in there.
Let me smell those.
Yeah, here, have 'em.
They're beautiful.
Yeah,
I might give mom
Whoa,
some
careful,
boots this
Whoa.
year.
There's an extra one. Look at
thanks a
that.
hell of a
Oh,
lot.
it's lovely.
Look at these.
Yeah.
Look at these boots.
Yeah.
These
Well,
are
now we're
beautiful
gonna have to
boots.
drive home with flowers so we can give some to Rachel.
Right. Yeah, I'm taking this one right
No,
here.
they're
No,
both
these
for
are
Trudell.
these are for Annie. Thanks, Beto.
Okay.
Got you, Trudell.
These are for
Yeah.
Rachel. Nice.
Well, let me do
No.
shoot the commercial then you guys can take them for whoever you want.
See, now I look really like Moses. Look, I'm coming down from Mount
Some
Sinai.
tablets?
I've got
The Books tablets?
I got both of them right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Give me my books back.
Michael,
Screw
biggest
you, Cap.
misconception of the series is what?
I think that when you're down 3-1, it seems like you're kind of getting your butt kicked. And in this case, the margins are much thinner than that, where you could see it being 2-2 kind of at worst for the Lakers, and there was an indication where they could have won both games on the road. So that to me is the difficulty though going into a game 5, and now each game is elimination and desperation. But the misconception would be that like the Wolves are kicking the Lakers' asses, and that hasn't been the case. They have been much better.
No, they've
in
been
crunch
competitive
time,
games outside of
and
game 1.
They've pulled them out. So that to me is like so the way I would frame that is. It is not impossible for the Lakers to win 3 straight against
No,
this team.
I would agree it's not impossible,
Yeah.
although not likely.
No,
but,
it's unlikely.
But not impossible. Outside of game 1, where they really have gotten their ass kicked, to your point, is in those fourth quarters. Like the Wolves have been the better executing team down the stretch, pretty much in every way, shape, or form.
And I think where we started a little bit ago, Ant Edwards does get a lot of credit for that because he has been the driver of that, and his energy has sustained throughout the whole 40
He's been better than everybody on the floor in this series.
Yeah, he's been excellent, and they really do need to have an answer. You suggested earlier in the show, George, that maybe we'll see some more traps of him. That can be difficult, I think, when you have Luka, LeBron on the court, because when you trap up high, it requires a lot of movement behind it, and they also have to do a lot on the other end.
Well, I think Luka needs to be one of the guys trapping.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
He has to
That's
recover,
a lot to ask
right.
him to do.
He has to
right?
recover.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But hey, man, it's the playoffs. It's time to play defense.
Well, and his defense is also this. I could have gone here for the other misconception part. His defense.
Here we go.
His defense has been a little better than people think.
Come
on. Wait a second. What?
For him.
Wait.
Come
hold
on.
Time out.
It's true.
George just rolled his eyes.
Better
at
than
Trudell.
you think. I didn't say it's been amazing, but it was really good in game 2.
What are you talking
It's all
about?
about
watch
phrasing.
game 2?
It's all about phrasing.
Yeah, what I said is factual.
Your boy just rolled his eyes right at you.
Because I know what he's doing.
What is he doing?
It's a fact. What I said is a fact.
Right. You can't dispute what he actually
Thank
said.
you.
Here's the numbers.
But
No, I
but
just
then he
stated a
couched
fact.
it later when we reacted the way we did by saying, "I'm not saying he was like a lead or anything like that."
Well, no, this is the whole Luka defense conversation. Is like nobody was talking as much about his defense when they went to the finals last year in Dallas, right? So his defense.
Well, they had great defenders around him.
Well, they had
times.
They had
Wemby went off on him.
They had good defenders around him. I don't know
More
about
good
great.
defenders than the Lakers
Kyrie
did.
Irving, PJ Washington.
I mean, Kyrie was competing in a big way.
Oh, Kyrie's
in those,
a great defender.
No, but he was competing. He's better than Luka, that's for sure.
And the
Dell's
Lakers
better
are
than Luka.
competing
Wow,
on
that's gonna
defense.
turn
And
into
he
Luka
was
slander.
competing in those play. I had them twice, so I saw them. He was competing in a
I
way
know you, bro.
I had never seen him compete, even in Cleveland.
I agree that he's competing.
And
So are
PJ
the Lakers.
Washington was a good defender.
Get him, George. Get him.
Lively, obviously. Gafford.
yes,
Those guys
George.
are good
But
defenders.
no all defensive team
Get him,
guys.
get him,
No, but
Trudell.
that doesn't mean that
Get him, Mike.
doesn't
Get him,
mean
Mike.
anything.
Come on.
Anyway,
Has Dorian Finney-Smith made an all
Get him,
defensive
George.
team?
No, in the
Neither is
Lakers,
Rui.
Get him, George.
and that's my point. The Lakers
So-
don't have those guys either.
Get him,
Okay.
Mike.
But neither do the Mavs.
Get him, Trudell.
The Mavs guys.
OKC does.
Get
The
him, Mike.
Mavs, but the Mavs didn't have Kyrie competes more
Kyrie's
on
not a
defense.
great
Get him,
defender.
George.
No, I never
Period.
said that.
Get him, George.
I never said
Okay.
that. Kyrie competes more on defense than Austin Reeves does.
I think Austin always competes on defense.
Get him, Trudell.
He's battling with Gobert. He's getting elbowed by
Okay,
Randall.
how about this?
Austin's super. He definitely competes.
How about this?
Get him, George.
He's not as talented as Kyrie
I
was
think
on
they're
defense.
pretty similar
Oh,
defensively.
wow. Get him, Trudell. Don't let
Me
him
too.
get away with that.
But here's
The Lakers have two turnstiles
Here's the
out there.
difference, though, and this is why I
Who are
mentioned
they?
about Luka in the
Luka and
first place.
Austin.
Oh, wow.
So Luka, go back and watch Game 2.
All right.
The whole team was great defensively, including Luka. Game 3, Luka was really bad on defense because he could barely stand up.
Because he was
vomiting.
Yeah.
So he saved what he had for offense and was, still was okay.
What about Game 4?
Game 4, he was better. That's my point. So there's
Better than Game 3,
Well,
but not good.
So if you put Luka out on an island and tell him to guard Anthony Edwards, he's going to look bad.
Right.
Period. That's not just because Luka isn't a great isolated perimeter defender. It's because Ant's doing that to everybody on the Lakers one-on-one.
No, agreed.
Everybody.
But
Luka's good at on the back line, defensive rebounding, anticipating.
He's always been a good
He's always
rebounder.
in the top 10 in steals. So he does things well. He knows where to be. That stuff was fine in Game 4, other than when he got pulled out on an island. But that's not just Luka. That's anybody trying to guard Ant and ISO. So that's my point.
He had one rebound in the last game.
Oh,
And-
wow. Get him, George.
He got you at
Get him,
stats.
George.
The rebounding for Luka. This is
This is a guy who can average 9 or 10 easy.
So in game and look at how many do you have in Game 2.
He had 8.
So that's
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hold
I thought
on.
he had
Game
more.
2, 12.
Yeah, 12. So that's
That was
that's,
game 1.
And so I think that tonight is what I would expect.
That's what
from
you need.
Luka. And I think that in Minnesota, even in Game 4, he still didn't feel great. He literally stayed in his hotel room while I was at Lake Minnetonka
I will ask,
sleeping.
I will ask the
you
host of Lakers Talk Daily, which you can catch on the ESPN LA YouTube. I can live with his subpar defense if he's rebounding.
Yeah, and that's what he's generally been. That's
That
what
was
I'm saying.
towards the
DeAndre's
Lakers.
about to get you.
I'm sorry,
DeAndre.
Trudell, but
I mean,
Luka,
you're great too, but we need to make sure we include the host of Lakers Talk Daily on the ESPN Los Angeles YouTube page.
that's right. You catch that Monday through Friday, presented by Underdog Fantasy.
Thank you.
Use
Yes,
promo code
look at that.
ESPN to get that
And he knows
special
how to
offer up to
seamlessly
$1,000 up to bonus cash when
Yes.
you make your first deposit. By the way,
Infuse his sponsor there as well.
What should you think about that?
Well, I was
I was
saying,
waiting for the point.
But hold on.
This guy.
Literally, you said what you think about that. I said I want to hear the point.
Okay, if you want to be honest, Luka Doncic is not a great defender at all.
Who said he's a great defender?
I'm just saying, in this series, there's a reason why the Timberwolves have been targeting the switch. He has been the main target for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Get the switch, go one-on-one on Luka Doncic. When he gets beat, it creates other shots. But I'm saying that he has to get in the stance. He does not get in the basketball stance at all throughout the series.
He can be better at the stance, but he's also carrying more weight on offense than anybody.
Why doesn't he do this? I have not seen him get his ass in the stance at all. It's not. I do not see it at all.
Listen,
he's not a defensive specialist.
No,
right?
but he needs to compete more on that.
He's an All-NBA first-team guy because of
there's a
offense.
reason Nico's sipping some tea right now watching this series at the moment.
But the reason the Lakers are down 3-1 is not because Luka isn't a great defender. Nobody's arguing that. It's because
they don't have enough guys.
He got sick in Game 3.
Well, they don't have enough guys.
And was still recovering Game 4. And you give Minnesota credit as we did earlier. But that's
no rim protection as well. No rim protection.
You trying to flu game Luka?
Zero.
No, I mean that is why they lost Game 3.
Okay.
It was.
Okay, whatever you say, Mike. Whatever you say.
You don't think that's why? If Anthony Edwards was vomiting, do you think the Wolves would have won?
Further on the other
Don't
side.
let him do that to you, Mike.
But first,
if Julius Randle's vomiting,
what's
would
on
Wolves have
tap
won Game
today
3?
on 710 ESPN is Trudell is triggered.
Just trying to help you guys out.
Luka, I love you.
Lakers look to keep their season alive tonight, Game 3. Coverage begins at 5:30 with this man right here, Beto.
Beto Duran.
Tip-off at 7. Listen on the all-new ESPN LA app thanks to Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Michelob Ultra.
Sniff in the flowers.
It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly. All right, we're back in 2 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Have you heard me talk about my friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone? Well, what are you waiting for? You're going to take your kids there and they're going to go, Mom, Dad, when are we going back to the dentist? Words you never thought you'd hear. From preventative and routine care, orthodontic planning, and braces, CDF Zone has it all. Open 7 days a week with flexible scheduling options. For a free consultation, visit their website, cdfzone.com. They accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans. Visit the website, cdfzone.com, or call them at 833-586-7898. Children's Dental Fun Zone, where we treat your kids as our own.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
It's not tight enough, Beto, I don't think. Beto did. Oh, no, you tightened it up pretty nicely. It's not moving. 403.
Is that a euphemism?
No, he had the wrench out. That is a
that
euphemism.
a euphemism? I was just going to say.
Trudell, Beto's going to get you. What? I don't know. 403, time for what you need to know.
Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are.
Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. So the Santa Monica City Council is considering a proposal to allow public drinking on the 3rd Street Promenade in effort to revitalize the pedestrian mall. The plan would allow visitors to buy drinks from local bars and restaurants and then walk around with them in that designated area between 8 a.m. and 2 a.m. daily.
8 a.m.?
Yep.
You gotta get started early,
a.m.
you know?
Yes. Well, I guess that the CEO of downtown Santa Monica, I didn't know they had a CEO, but he thinks it's a great idea to really enliven the area. But, of course, other people are worried about, they have concerns about public drunkenness and its impact on the family-friendly atmosphere there.
It's less family-friendly these days.
Well, I think that adding alcohol to the mix now is probably not the move.
No, you're right.
I think it is a move.
It probably could go very far the other way.
You're right.
Here's what I would say. I think that.
Oh, wow.
Do I think there will be people that will abuse said things? Sure. But that's why, if you're the city of Santa Monica in this case, you make sure you have some of Santa Monica's finest out there patrolling the promenade to make sure there aren't people getting too unruly in that scenario.
Do you think a lot of people use it to drink and shop as they hope?
Oh, I would totally do it. Let me tell you something. I have a tailor who I don't go to anymore because I don't live in that part of the world anymore. I had a tailor who had a legit bar
so that
in
when you're
his
getting
thing,
fitted,
and then you'd get lit, and you'd end up buying like 3 suits instead of 1.
Oh, dude, Rachel goes into these makeup stores, and they start pouring wine, and the next thing you know, she's walking out of there with a few $100s worth of makeup, whereas she might have bought a thing of lipstick.
Correct.
It's the smart thing to do.
Yes.
Liquor people to buy.
I'm just saying, the 3rd Street Promenade might not be the place to do that.
As a matter of fact, the last time I was at 3rd Street Promenade was with Clinton Yates, who's come in here now.
Morning
in the studio.
man, morning man.
What
Clinton
up,
Yates.
kiddos? How we doing?
How are you?
Kiddo, what up?
It was the year. It was when the national championship was here.
Everybody was
and
here.
We went to Barney's Beanery,
and we were at the downstairs level.
Yeah.
It was a lovely situation.
We're
And
watching NFL football on a Sunday.
At that time, Trudell, let's just say capacity was closer to 70% for the promenade. We're below the Mendoza line now. In terms of like what's there. That's why this has to happen.
All right.
Letting people get outside and feel the air and be around each other, and they can just booze on the street, for lack of a better term, that might get some foot traffic back there in a way that has not been there in a
And
little
you know
bit.
what? You pay a little overtime to the cops. They'll do it. You know what I'm saying? No different than when they're at like sporting events or whatever. They make overtime there, and that's it. Call
Has
it
to
a day.
happen. Has to happen.
Let me just say hello to Clinton Yates here this afternoon.
Bonjour. How are you?
First of all, let me tell you guys about Clinton Yates.
My shoes match your shirt.
Clinton and Friends mornings.
Go ahead.
Nice
shoes. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let me tell you about Clinton Yates.
Morning 7 to 9 a.m.
Let me tell you what kind of mensch this guy is.
Oh, as a mensch.
I'm going to compliment
Menchery.
I know it's about to happen.
Okay, let me tell you what happened last night. So Clinton comes into the 710 suite last night during the Kings game.
Yeah.
And I go no meatballs, and I go to give
thought
Clinton
you
like
said something else.
the bro handshake. You know what I mean? Where I'm going to hug it out with him. I'm going to tap him a couple times on the back. And he immediately says to me, hey, I might be a little under the weather, so we elbow each other.
Right.
Give each other a little bow. And then Clinton, in one of the more considerate moves you'll ever see, masks up
Straight
in
up.
the suite.
I was like, I'm not going to be in the suite
Good for you.
spreading germs,
Yeah.
but I needed to
He's also
see
got
everybody.
a child, children, or like
I was
petri
like,
dishes.
This is not going to happen.
Yeah.
And so I'm
Okay,
masked
so I'm
up.
complimenting the menschiness,
Thank
okay?
you. Appreciate
And
it.
how last night you were so considerate to everybody. I'm going to make an assumption here that today you're feeling
Well, what
significantly
I did
better.
was I immediately left and went back to the home away from home. Shout out to East Central.
Absolutely.
And
Did you put your keys on the hand?
Got my rest. And I don't do that. I put other things on the hand.
Oh, beautiful.
Look
Hey
out.
now.
So
Oh, yeah.
I got
Hey
my
now.
rest. And I woke up this morning for the program, and I said, you know what? That was what was needed, a full non-social battery event, and they shut it down. It worked out, Joe.
You recharged your social
Correct.
battery there.
Well, amongst my actual physical health as well.
There you go. Not the switch. Not the switch.
Very
DeAndre.
nice of you, though.
No.
Very
Thank
nice.
you. Yeah,
Very
no
nice.
problem.
That
Of
was
course.
really
Come on. I'm
appreciated.
not trying to have everybody in here in the infirmary.
No, the way that Cappy brought that around, though, made it seem like he really was saying that to express his kind of concern that you've now come into a small room.
Well,
with
that
all
is
these
true.
people in
No,
there.
that is true.
This
And
is
that-
Morales-like in
Well,
nature.
no,
I
didn't do
love
anything.
vacation.
He's been influenced.
I would not
That's-
have returned to the
that's
studio.
how-
I would
that's
not
how
have banged
Cappy-
out 2 hours of radio this morning.
Morning man
had
Clinton
I
Yates.
not been okay. That was the whole point. It was a shut it down, figure it out. It's game day, and we're here.
Well, you noticed that what I said to him is I led the witness.
I'm
I said,
here.
I'm assuming then.
Yeah, that's
that
what
you
I
feel
took.
significantly
We're fine.
better today because I wanted to make sure that he's masked up last night, but he's here breathing
There were
amongst us
masks
today.
before I walked here. We're fine. It's okay. I hydrated, important.
Okay.
Rest, more important. Food, third important. We have done
Go
all
get
of
some
those
body
tasks.
armor of that. Like they have their own version of liquid IV. That stuff is
that right?
unbelievable. It's better than the.
Sure, in the I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
No,
You
there's
mean
only
the little thing with the thing?
Yeah, the little
thing?
like
The electrolyte mix.
powder
Oh,
stuff.
the thing,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
yes.
There's
Little
only one
powder.
of us that
Way
seems
better.
to be need to be
I used to
convinced
do-
of this.
yeah,
It's
it's fine.
Oh
Cappy.
yeah, no, we're
Yeah, well, I'm
But I
fine. I'm
was
not
the
worried
one-
about it. He's the one that's worried about it, not me.
But I was
Fuck
the one
yourself.
that last night said to Clinton, how much I appreciate his consideration for other people, that if he's going to walk in and say, hey, I'm a little under the weather, he masks up.
Right. Oh, my God.
He doesn't wait for all of us to mask up because he doesn't feel so great. He masked up.
That's how it works. Had a little chat with everybody there.
Stuff's good for
Is
you.
that what it is?
That'll get you
I don't like
rehydrated.
that color, though.
No,
that color
but
looks
that's
like
a fruit
something-
punch. It's delicious.
That color looks like something that is.
They got like 3 colors
coming out the
They
second
got like
way.
a purple and like a red.
really?
Okay.
No, but this is the best flavor.
Okay.
What color is it?
It's yellow.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what
really?
it looks like. Yeah, that's tough.
But
No, but
it's
what I'm
good.
saying is, I wanted to see everybody real quick. So I said, let me mask up. Popped in, saw everybody. Max Bretos was there. That was a.
Oh,
was
yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
It was
we
nice
go
to
back.
see him.
Oh,
yeah.
Max Bretos.
Yeah, Max is in the building.
Oh, dude, he was wearing a really cool coat, like
He's a
right out of
handsome
the
man,
Rob
Max
Pelinka
Bretos.
collection.
A couple people were asking me why
Excellent.
Max and I knew each other so
Probably
well.
the W.
And I said from the old morning show days when he'd come on. And then somebody asked me, why don't we have him on anymore? I said, I don't know. Why don't we?
Yeah, that's a good point. He's like one of the voices of Apple, MLS on Apple.
And LAFC.
And he would
as well,
like to come on.
LAFC.
He would like to come on more often. I can tell you that right
And
now.
by the way, not since the days when I used to break my back complimenting Scott Kaplan and Sedano. I didn't have to compliment Sedano to Craig Karmas, and he knew already. Sedano's in the family. But I used to really pump up Scott. Now I
But
pump
I
up
liked
you.
your glazing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
They
Big
glaze.
time.
You
No, it's
glaze
true.
Clinton.
I
It's
glazed
true.
Clinton all night to Craig
He
and
did.
Sam Pines.
He did. But I I liked liked your there. glazing.
I appreciate
I
that.
stood there for a lot of it. I listened to the glazing.
Yeah, I glaze you a lot.
I need to know, Trudeau, how do you feel about the word glazing?
I heard it first a couple months ago, and in fact, JJ Redick may have said it.
He was the one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where we started talking.
And I think and then I asked my kids about it, who are the older ones are 10, and they were like, oh yeah, kids say that. It's
Not rigatoni.
yeah.
Oh, my.
Rigatoni is that. Rigatoni is actually
He gets
there's a
glazed.
French bulldog that Heather McMahon. You ever heard of her? Comedian?
No.
So her French bulldog's name is Rigatoni.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Really?
facts.
She
Yeah.
should call him Riggs.
Yeah, facts. She does. She does.
This is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
That's the man's son.
I know. I love the kid.
Well, he thought it was a daughter.
Right, but now I love
Yeah,
the son.
even though he knew I had 3 sons, he still just.
I don't know
he
that
has long hair.
I don't feel super comfortable saying glazing.
I'm going to glaze you tonight, too.
All right.
Oh.
This is. I got the wrong seat in the draw.
Are you coming to the Laker game tonight?
Of course I'll be there.
Okay,
Oh,
so
well,
you'll
watch
be there
me
for
as
the
I
glazing.
glaze you.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. More importantly, what time is the Cappy Lappy?
Okay. This is a big
By the
thing
way, when
tonight.
I was at TRB yesterday at Tin Roof Bistro, shout out to Ash, the manager, Terrence and Tiff, who served us yesterday. Big Sedano and Cap fans, big 710 fans.
You got a free appetizer?
And a free bottle of wine.
I hope so. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
for the
For the
glazing you're
table.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you for that. Actually, they sent me home with 2. How about that? Wow. Very nice.
That's pretty good.
Deserves a mention.
Yeah.
Deserves a mention.
But they, the Ash, the manager, specifically mentioned the Cappy Lappy.
People love it. I don't know what happened. I think it was may have been Clinton's appearance in the Cappy Lappy.
That's not whose appearance it was, but there was an appearance that I facilitated that might have made the Cappy Lappy a little bit more popular. Did you hear about this, George? So when he decided
we heard about it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we heard.
I'm just letting you know.
It was 9 minutes.
The
It was
amount
like
of time
30.
that he spent talking about
that's-
that 3 seconds.
That's what actually made the Cappy Lappy appearance more notable. It had nothing to do with me outside of the facilitation.
No, but when I
situation.
glaze you tonight, I'm going to say you made it.
Okay, thank you.
So we
But I
need to go to
like your
TRB
glazing.
because they love the Cappy Lappy. We could do a Cappy Lappy at TRB.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask everybody for a little
Did you
bit
get the
of
spinach dip?
No spinach dip.
Oh, okay.
I would like
so
to
good,
ask
though.
a content.
I got those
question
little
for
like
everybody.
spring rolls that were
Yes.
delicious.
Oh,
Yeah.
shuts out.
Should I guest tonight in the Cappy Lappy, or should I just do it solo, or should I have a guest tonight?
Why
It's
can't
up
you have
to
Clinton?
I mean, if I'm there, well, it's a timing thing.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? If you've got some weird timing as well as something else you have to do, I know you're constantly out and about. Just let me know when.
Will you do
Remember-
a Cappy Lappy at Tin Roof Bistro in Manhattan
I would
Beach?
gladly do it. And by the way,
Okay.
I want to say one thing to all the security people tonight at Crypto.com Arena, 2 of whom kicked me off the floor during the Cappy Lappy.
Yeah.
I have hired my own security man tonight to walk with me.
Okay.
I have hired my own. And by the way, this guy's a former Navy SEAL. He's not in uniform. You may not know he's there, but I'm just here to tell you, put hands on me.
So this guy's from South.
I got a SEAL with me.
He's from former Navy SEAL. That's South.
I don't think that's going to deter them.
I got a SEAL with me. That's all I'm saying.
don't think-
You know what a SEAL can do? Like
Well,
you've heard about the challenge of the
like a
100
kiss
men
from a
versus
rose?
gorilla? One gorilla, 100 men?
Kiss from
I got
a
one. I got one SEAL.
Dave McMiniman's coming up. I think we got to move this
Yeah,
along.
we got to
Oh,
move
we
this
do?
along.
But I'll be glazing you hard tonight, Clinton. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
We'll be
my money
glazing
on the red
McMiniman
coats.
next.
I'm not comfortable.
Clinton Yates,
And the
mornings.
Lappy Tappy.
I got
Morning
the
7 to
Cappy
9.
Lappy.
Thanks to Alex, the security man downstairs, I got the Laffy
The
Taffy.
Cappy Lappy.
I got the Laffy
Can you
Taffy.
do the
Cappy
dance? Can
Lappy.
you do the snap dance?
You tried to get me on the Cappy Lappy last time. I was
Yeah,
like,
you weren't
well,
having it. You
well, I
were
didn't
like, you
understand.
blew me off.
Now he gets it.
You said, "Give me in the Cappy Lappy." I'm like, I'll be where I'm going to be. What are you asking me to do?
And I said,
do
I'm
I'm
gonna be
supposed
where
to
I'm
walk
at.
somewhere? What am I supposed to do for the Cappy Lappy?
You just hang out and look
Shake
cool.
that
No,
Laffy
I
Taffy.
think,
That's
you know
what
what?
you do
We're
on
gonna,
the
we're gonna
Cappy
let
Lappy.
McMiniman know that if you spot him, he may be part of the Cappy Lappy
Okay.
today.
Who's recording the Cappy Lappy?
Himself.
The social team.
No.
Now I bring my own camera
Yeah.
team.
He's got a camera
Oh,
now you have a camera team?
Yeah. The mic up and everything.
All right, listen,
We'll talk about this McMiniman next. Go to break.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
We got your playoff fit, Lakers fans, with the latest collection of items to add to your closet this season. Head over to LakersStore.com. That's LakersStore.com. And snag a jersey, tee, hat, and more to rep the purple and gold this postseason. We've got the whole family covered with styles for mom, dad, kids, and babies too. Rep your team in style. Check out LakersStore.com. That's LakersStore.com. Let's go, Lake Show.
Hey, John Ireland here for Thrive Cybersecurity. We all know in sports that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. Don't let that happen to you. Remember this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive starts with a comprehensive cyber risk assessment. Their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense. Use Thrive and protect your business.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
4:17 on a Wednesday afternoon. Sedano and Cappy. This is kind of yacht rockish without even trying. You know why?
Why?
Because on this day in 1977, the number one hit, the Wichita lineman Glenn Campbell sang Southern Nights. Legendary song. Don't mess with Glenn Campbell. I love Glenn Campbell, Cappy.
Glenn Gary Ross?
No, Glenn Campbell. Don't. I said don't mess with Glenn
I was
Campbell.
just asking. All right. Sorry.
McMiniman knows about Glenn Campbell.
Does McMiniman know? Bring up McMiniman. McMiniman, do you know Glenn Campbell?
What you know about Glenn Campbell?
Member of the Eagles?
No, come on.
Stop.
See, I mean, I don't know either, Dave.
Country music singer, Glenn Campbell.
Yes,
Country
there you
music
go.
singer?
Good job,
Okay,
Dave.
there we go.
I don't know who the hell he was, so it's fine. Now, listen, are you familiar with the Cappy Lappy?
I am.
I
man
briefed
of the
them.
people, right?
Yeah.
Has gone
Oh,
viral.
no. Lindsay, I don't know because of you. I pay attention. I know what's going on.
So yeah, Dave does pay attention. He does pay attention. I can attest to that. So the Cappy Lappy has grown. Like I was literally at a restaurant last night, Dave, and the manager of said restaurant brought up the Cappy Lappy to me. Okay, so I this thing has grown so much that it's no longer just going to be Cappy doing selfie videos. We've got a team, okay, of people for the Cappy Lappy
And a security man.
So Trudell has already been notified he may be part of the Cappy Lappy as Cappy's walking around crypto.
Requested. I haven't agreed to it.
He's been requested.
Right.
But McMenamin, if they happen to bump into you, will you authorize the usage of your likeness on said Cappy Lappy video?
Oh, yeah, I'm all in. And I got to give some credit to Cappy here. I think in one of the previous ones that were posted, one of the videos that were posted, he was approached by a red coat, one of the security guards, doing his job, telling him, hey, you're not supposed to be on the court at this time.
He said, no Cappy Lappy.
But Cappy was very respectful.
He obliged.
Didn't cause a scene. He obliged and kept it moving. And, that means that even as his head starts to get a little big from the attention and exposure he gets from this little conceit that he's launching and trying to draft off the Lakers' popularity, get some for himself, he still respects the people here doing their job.
Well, thank you, Dave, for that. But the truth of the matter is we actually edited that part where I said to the red coat, do you know who I am? we edited
We do that
part
over
out.
again.
You see me on the Jumbotron pointing at people with my two fingers?
Cappy, how much success of the Cappy Lappy do you owe just to the name? Since it rhymes,
Oh, I
Cappy Lappy.
definitely.
Well, and
like 90%.
Yeah, I think so.
And then when this became a bigger phenomenon, I said that there needs to be produced music under it, and it needs to be Laffy Taffy, the Laffy Taffy just bed underneath, and it's like it's the Cappy Lappy. The Cappy Lappy.
But now there is somebody working on producing an actual song
of
for
the Cappy Lappy.
Lappy.
Right, but like Laffy Taffy.
Right. But Dave, just bottom line is this. If I get to you tonight, will you make a guest appearance?
He just said
Yeah,
yes.
man. If I'm out there, I will not put it on my schedule because there's a kind of a big playoff game tonight that I should be recovering. But if we happen to run into each other, I'm more than happy to share a moment with you.
Did you not
as part
listen?
of
I asked him at the beginning of the show,
Well, you
or
kind of
beginning of the interview.
He said about name and likeness and image.
He said more than happy.
An NIL deal.
More than happy to do a Cappy Lappy.
Okay.
All right, McMenamin. Now let's talk about said game that you were discussing. Why have the Lakers, and I asked Trudell about this, why have the Lakers, and they did this during the regular season with Anthony Edwards, why have they not put two on the ball on him very much in this series, if at all?
It's been surprising, certainly. I think that a lot of their success in the last 28 games that Luka played after the trade when they went 18-10 was them deeming certain shooters the guys that they're going to live with their shots and they're going to pack the lane. And even if it's one on the ball, there's a second line of defense behind that person. So, for instance, you are not going to, even though you have one on the ball with Edwards, it's not like he has free reign to get into to the hoop. And you're playing the numbers game. You're playing the percentages. And you're going to think that Naz Reid and Jaden McDaniels are going to play more like they did in Game 2 than they did in Game 1. Listen, it's a gamble. JJ Redick's a gambler, man. He gambled with the lineup in Game 4. He went with the hot group, and he was up 7 with 4 minutes to go. And if the NBA gets that call right, Luka hits 2 free throws with 30 seconds to go, the Lakers have a lead, they probably win the game. We're not talking about him only playing 5 guys. So I think that's the answer for you. JJ Redick wants it to be that way.
Dave, you bring up an interesting point about 18-10 after the trade, but one of the things that was happening during that 18-10 stretch was you were actually getting production out of Jackson Hayes. What do you make of what has happened here in the postseason? Now, George cautioned me and told me he'll get played out. He won't even be able to contribute in the postseason. I don't quite understand it. Can you explain it?
I didn't understand it. I don't know if I do understand it, to be honest. I mean, certainly in Game 4, he plays 4 minutes in the first quarter. He has a bucket. He has 3 rebounds. He has a nice shovel pass assist. Obviously, he gets the technical foul, and that seemed to be the indicator to JJ that his head wasn't in the game. But, I mean, that production for 4 minutes, like you give him 15 minutes, that's a double-double, right? And it certainly some of that double-double could be catching a lob or two, which makes the Wolves defense play Luka differently if they have to be mindful of the guy in the dunker spot, and all of a sudden Luka has different driving lanes. So I've been surprised by it. Obviously, JJ went to that small ball lineup that we've all kind of been expecting at some point during the Lakers postseason, and that looked better than any minute that we saw with Jackson Hayes. So there's some support of why he chose to go that direction. But I think as we perhaps start to take a 30,000-foot view of this Lakers season, if it doesn't end up being the 14th comeback from down 3-1 in NBA history to beat the Wolves, we say that Jackson Hayes isn't playing in these games because J.J. Redick, quite frankly, doesn't think he's good enough to perform in the playoffs, and this roster needs to be upgraded in the offseason.
Do you suppose that he feels the same way, JJ, about Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent?
Well, listen, I don't. Gabe Vincent has been a steady contributor for this team, but certainly if they want to upgrade in the offseason, Gabe Vincent is a expiring contract, and that makes him a valuable trade chip because you can take on extended money from another team that they want to get off of, and he also makes about $11 million a year, so it's enough of a dollar figure that you can pursue a player that makes that type of money for the job that he does. So I wouldn't say if Gabe Vincent is traded, it's because JJ doesn't trust him. I think it's because he's one of the only kind of contracts they can work with to upgrade this team. As for Jared Vanderbilt, I don't know. He missed a good chunk of the year before he was able to come back and play in January. He's had moments where he's been very, very effective. But he's not a traditional backup center. So if they can somehow get two centers and still keep Jared Vanderbilt, I think there's probably a good way to have him a part of the team next year. But again, he could be someone that they have to use contract-wise to upgrade the center position.
McMiniman. Tell you that right now.
Yeah,
Just
he's
McMiniman.
locked and loaded,
He
this
is,
McMiniman. He knows what he's talking about.
He's focused tonight.
Look, I'm genuinely curious to see how deep he goes in the rotation today. And I don't think he'd be reacting to the criticism. Look, I understood it. I didn't agree with it, but I understood his logic on it. But do you suspect that maybe they will go a little further down the roster potentially tonight?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think J.J. Redick is a very self-aware human being, and he will have some degree of self-preservation. I mean, he can be stubborn for sure and very self-assured, but he's not going to go down with just five guys again and put himself in that position to be the talking point of they lost this series because J.J. Redick blew it. Like, come on. I mean, every human being has that instinct to make sure that they are not the one to blame. And I'm not suggesting that he doesn't have his team's best interest in mind, but he has both. And I imagine there'll be a shift in strategy to avoid that deluge of criticism coming down the mountain towards him.
Dave, so we spent a lot of time talking about LeBron, and the two of us have covered his whole run here in L.A. You, of course, go back to the time in Cleveland and to just provide a little bit more context, and then George spent some time, of course, with the Miami crew. So in the two games in Minnesota, 33 points, 60% from the field, 54% from three, 11 boards, 6 assists, and then to me, the big part, almost 3 blocks and 3 steals. Like, I don't know that he could have been much better. Sure, I guess a couple of the buckets could have come late, but he's putting in so much work defensively because he knows that the team doesn't quite have that backline defender. So I don't know that there's anything else that LeBron can actually do in this series. So I just wonder what your perspective has been on LeBron and kind of what, as he kind of shifts into Game 5 mode here, what you're anticipating.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't great in Game 1, so I'm not going to go overboard.
Whole team wasn't.
This wasn't a classic series for him, but Games 2 through 4, he's been pretty damn effective. And I thought that the way he approached Game 3, considering what Luka was going through with the stomach bug, was brilliant. He shows that, hey, you need me to score close to 40, I'll give you that because that's what the team needs tonight. Game 4, okay, our scorer is back. He's 26 years old. He can drop 30 in his sleep, so I'm going to shift back to using most of my energy for defense. But offensively, guess what? I'm going to, when I do get the ball in a scoring position, get to the foul line, and maybe we can get into their bench, or maybe I can build in pockets of rest for myself throughout the game because I'm going to the foul line 15 times. And every time I do that, I get, 20 seconds to kind of recharge. It was just an incredibly smart game for LeBron. Unfortunately, he made a big-time error. That turnover to Luka was very atypical for him. And, just as much as we could point to that should never happened because the league admitted that they got the Jaden McDaniels trip wrong and Luka should have gone to the free throw line. I'm sure LeBron would like to get that pass back.
Dave McMenamin does a phenomenal job covering your Los Angeles Lakers and the NBA at large here at ESPN. Dave, you're the man. Appreciate the time as always, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Phenomenal.
See the Cappy Lappy.
Ask you guys a quick
Can
question.
you do it on the other side?
I may have to write it down.
Can you do a Cappy Lappy to the bathroom or something so we can go to break?
Such you down.
My God, man. It's a rough town.
I love
a rough town around here.
Yeah. Well, I was taking your stick
write
earlier.
down
What you want to ask.
I'm going to write it down.
Go ahead, now.
I don't have a pen.
Type it in your type
it into your laptop. There you go. See?
Yeah,
Be
that's right.
resourceful
Text
like Michael.
yourself. Text yourself.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah. Anyway, real quick, if you're a motorcyclist, you love the freedom of beating traffic by splitting lanes, making the rest of us jealous, you get home faster than we will, then, of course, there's the huge risk. You're riding a motorcycle. Yep, all it takes is one person to be distracted, not see you, and you know what could happen. You get into any kind of accident, you call Jacob, 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 send you. But obviously, motorcycle accidents are usually more serious than regular auto accidents. So call Jacob immediately after a motorcycle accident at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 send you. That's 844-24-JACOB. He knows your rights and can help you get the medical care you need without waiting. All right? So if you or a friend or a loved one have been injured in a motorcycle accident, call Jacob. Let him know that you want to get back on your bike so you can be the king of the road again, okay? When you call an attorney, you want one who's respected. Call Jacob because he's the real deal. And remember, the consultation is free. So call Jacob. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 send you. It's 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, or visit them online at calljacob.com.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Seller's Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no agents, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey, guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergat.com.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
4:34. I got heavy in here for a second. It is a
You did.
Wednesday
Very
afternoon.
serious.
Sedano Kap.
Adult conversations.
Mike Trudell. Morning man Quentin Yates. And it's Radio Tinder time. We like to play a TV theme. How about this one? Today is Bugs Bunny Day.
Hey.
I love Bugs Bunny. Don't go ahead. You can make your rabbit joke.
I'm not going to make any rabbit jokes. I know you got very offended last time I talked about your little bunny.
It's Stephanie's bunny.
Well, you seem to love that bunny.
I do love that bunny. I love that bunny more than you. Otis the bunny.
Yeah.
Otis is a great bunny name.
Yeah.
It is a good name.
Otis, my bunny.
Yeah. Radio Tinder time. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter, Instagram. How about our new sponsor, the Crazy Hernandez Brothers, Hernandez Wholesale Flooring? If you're in the market for new flooring like Cappy was, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks, Cappy. Call 866-62-FLOOR, F-L-O-O-R. What are you laughing at?
I'm just looking at you. You're cute.
Or go to Hernandez, as cute as Michael Altieri?
You mean Guy Fieri?
No. Or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. We'll talk about Altieri in a second and his that beautiful hair.
How do bunnies show affection? Like, dogs lick, obviously. And
She
they kinda-
kisses. She nudges. She does that all.
Nudge?
Yeah, like this.
Do they have, like...
If
Yeah,
he
do it to
jumps
me.
on
Do
his
it to me.
head,
Do it to me.
if he jumps on his head and goes full kill the wabbit.
That does feel nice. That
That's
does
so
feel nice.
cute.
You smell good, too, Chris.
You're cheating on me now again, aren't you?
By the way, I enjoyed the nudging.
You did, huh?
So
Please,
they don't-
everybody cut that up. Let's get on that. Because
But they
I
don't-
feel like that might... It's one thing to eat with Cappy. We've kind of done that. People are constantly saying we need fresh bits. Me nudging Trudell. I was deep in that hair.
I hope I get nudged again, to be honest.
Oh, you want another nudging, do you?
after the glazing.
Instead of
After
dump
the
trucking,
glazing.
Yeah,
now you
today's
nudge.
been a big day. I glazed Clinton Yates and I nudged Trudell.
Wow. But I liked your glazing.
That could be a show one day. Actually, very much it could be. If Clinton ever wants to, come back with those local scumbags.
Easy. All right, I'm right here. Hello, how are you?
I just said if you want to come with us local scumbags and get off the
don't
national
call people
stage.
Scumbags.
No,
I
Chris
did.
does.
What'd you say before, scumbag fatty? That was funny. I heard that.
Oh, Scott, why are you hanging out with that
That made me
scumbag
laugh.
fatty?
That made me
And then
laugh.
you say, but Rachel, he's lost like 100 pounds. Yeah, but he was fat. What does that tell you? He's fat.
I think she said he's still fat.
It's hurtful.
She said that?
I don't know. I don't think she said that. Maybe.
I'm still fat?
I may have just made
Would
that
you
up.
say I'm still fat?
No, I'd say you've lost a lot of weight.
Tush, push.
By the way, RC text.
Yeah, what do you say?
I mean, I could lose another 30. I'm going to by the
look
end of the
great.
year.
You look
He,
terrific.
he said thanks for the shout out, and he said Cap will be at RC's.
I will
he
go
is
to RC's.
expecting you to go get your hair cut in Paramount.
Is he going to be available tonight about 10:30 on my way?
No,
as we leave the Laker game.
It's a little late.
Oh,
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
A little late.
Yeah, it's got to be business
You're going to
hours.
get shaved down?
Yeah, I'd like to, like DeAndre did.
What if
By the way, you said this morning about how much weight I've lost and how good I look.
You
And
did.
now
You look
on the
great.
radio, you said I'm still fat?
I didn't say that.
In the voice of your
I
girlfriend?
didn't say that you were still fat. I said she might have said that. But she didn't. She might have, but she didn't.
Anyway, let's get to Radio Tinder and put a smile on my face.
Let's go,
It's like
Flacco.
when Cappy or when DeAndre does his Fungi impersonation, puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got your radio Tinder, man. Yeah,
Lindsay
yeah.
actually puts a smile on my face. Take it away, Vanessa, Lindsay.
Bring a bucket and a mop.
Okay, so
We should use that every day.
I try to use it. Try to get. I almost did it when Dave McMenamin said buckets, and my instinct was to press that, but I was like, no, I don't want to disrupt that. So we talked about Shedeur Sanders the other day being the number 3 selling jersey of the rookie class, and now Fanatics has confirmed it's officially number 1. Not only that, but Shedeur's own website with his 2 legendary brand, his site says that all of the items that were sold on there are all sold out as of this morning. So all that money that he may have lost by not getting picked in the first 4 rounds of the draft, he may have made that up. But I want to ask you guys, especially you, Cappy, would you ever buy the Shedeur Sanders legendary gear?
Not only would I buy it, I'm actually going to his website right now.
Well, everything's sold out. So
2 legendary, but wait, he says he's got to shop the new drop.
Yeah.
So I love the sweatshirt, the hoodie.
How much?
That on the $100.
Okay.
That's not bad.
$75 for the T-shirt, regular T-shirt.
That's kind of a lot for a T-shirt.
$80 for the classic legendary long sleeve tee.
I'm a big long sleeve tee guy.
Yeah, I'm more of a hoodie guy, but
It's nice.
Long sleeve tee is nice for California.
That's for me. Yeah.
I like the legendary on the back of the hoodie is like where you'd have a tramp stamp. You know what I'm saying?
Is that right?
Yeah, so it says legendary across your lower back. So I would get that. And then in the front, it's got
You
the
said
money sign.
Altieri's got a legendary tattoo, you think?
No, I don't know about that. I'm not sure.
No?
I'm not positive. No.
Okay.
But I like the classic legendary long sleeve tee with the money sign in the front. Yeah, I'd rock some of this.
What color is it as a base?
It's all black with white lettering.
Okay.
That's not
All
bad.
Colorado colors. Sure.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
What do you think? Would you get one of these?
That's not for me. You know what I mean? No,
Really?
Well,
You don't want to support Shedeur?
it's not about that. I do support Shedeur in certain ways, but it's not about me really wearing. Those clothes are for the youngs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
Youngs.
too old for
They're
that.
certain,
The
I'm a little
youngs.
too old to
That's
be
why it would
wearing
be good for
certain
me.
amount of clothing. That's something you should buy for your children. You know what I'm saying?
Not for me.
Not for you.
The youngs.
The
Cappy
youngs.
is kind of
Cappy,
a youngs.
He
though.
doesn't play by those rules.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
kind of a
right.
youngs.
There are more guidelines than rules, in my personal opinion, but that's just me.
You're a youngs to me.
Yeah, I think
Cappy.
so.
Yeah.
Buy one for Justin.
I could do that.
There you
buy
go.
one for
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
legendary.
Yeah, he could wear it when he DMs me from that burner account
Right.
about how Sedano sucks.
Right. Yeah. It's a great. Hey, listen, my son does to Chris what that defensive coordinator's son did to Shedeur.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm
yeah,
Shedeur.
okay.
Well, that's what I was actually going to bring
That's
up
right.
next.
You
Very
are.
well.
You are
Yeah.
Shedeur.
Great
It's like
transition,
pages and
Cappy.
pages of how great Cappy is and Sedano sucks.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, wait, that wasn't really Sedano that said that.
Wow.
All right, so speaking of that, Cappy, the NFL came down hard on the Falcons and their defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, after his son prank called Shedeur during the draft. The league fined the Falcons $250,000 and also fined the defensive coordinator $100,000 for the incident.
Ooh.
So I want to ask, do you guys think that this is an appropriate punishment?
You want me to go first here? Because
sure. Go
ahead.
my mentions are full of idiots that were telling me, I didn't hear anything what you said about other players who got prank called. You only talked about Shedeur Sanders, blah, 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 in terms of who wanted this. And I was like, look, it's not about the prank calls. It's about the breach of security. Whatever happened after that is one thing or another. It happened to be a situation against Shedeur that got caught. It would have been either this that was fine by me, because that's what I said, or take a draft pick. It was the draft.
Right.
Take a 6th rounder. Take a 5th rounder. That would have been appropriate to me if the money wasn't going to be a part of it. This makes sense to me. It's commensurate.
You know, I
with
think the thing
penalty.
is that when the kid, everybody watched Shedeur get pranked. And then everybody saw the kid who pranked him because he videotaped it and posted it.
Yeah, the kid's a moron.
So when you ask the question, why aren't you talking about other guys who got pranked? Here's one reason, because we didn't see any of it. But Shedeur is so famous, and they're shooting like a reality TV show around him at all times, that we all saw it on video. And then that punk, that little putz that kid, to videotape it and put it on TikTok when your dad's a coach in the NFL. How stupid are you?
Yeah, you're an idiot.
And I'll tell you right now, if I were the Atlanta Falcons, I'd honestly seriously consider firing the guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
No,
Now,
but here's
It's
why.
not his fault,
I know,
though.
but here's,
Well,
but here's why.
he had the
Responsibility and fault, not the
He
same.
had the phone number of the dad.
But here's why. I wouldn't have thought. I wouldn't have said this yesterday. I'm saying it today. You cost us $250,000.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
Wait. We have to pay $250,000 for your dumbass brat kid.
Yeah.
Today.
And by the
I
way,
feel
how much
differently.
is he making? It's not like $100,000 is nothing personally for the DC.
No,
What's he
I
making?
The
A
DC's
couple
probably
million?
make a couple mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not. That's not nothing.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it's a lot.
probably
Yeah.
it's probably at least 5% of his salary.
I mean, if you're making $2.5 million as a defensive coordinator after taxes and after paying your agent, let's just say you're left with about $1.1 million.
Yeah, so it's like
closer to
10% of
a
his
10.
salary.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Well,
it's a chunk.
Cappy would kill one of his kids for $100,000.
Oh, no doubt about it. I'd be like, how about this? How about I keep the $100,000, you take the kid.
Right.
Well, I was
Swap.
gonna bring up children in a context, but I
They
don't
do
know how I
swaps,
can.
too.
I don't know how I compete with Morales saying that. I just
You don't, so you move on.
But you have to feel like, what is worse for the dad than to see his son, and fairly so, but get dragged like this? Like that is a pretty big punishment, let alone the financial. Like, I can't, George, just think about with your kids. Like, if your kids did something like this and it's a national story and they acted so terribly that you can't defend it, like, that is a low moment for a dad.
That's embarrassing.
That's a low moment for a parent. Yeah,
so I feel for the guy.
you got to be incredibly embarrassed. Right. For him, I definitely feel bad for the dad. I don't feel bad for the kid at all.
No.
The kid's a dope.
Yeah.
And I would say, I had this argument with somebody.
He at least apologized, but he's a dope.
Right. I had this argument recently with someone who was like, "Oh, same concept, right?
Sure, yeah.
What about all the other guys got pranked?" And I said, first of all, I posed it this way: there's a difference between private shame and public shame. Let's start with that, right? And amplify it times a bazillion, right? Because of who this person is. And I said to him, if you don't get that, it'd be one. Like I said to him, if you cheated on your wife, okay, and your inner circle found out, that's bad enough. Imagine if you cheated on your wife and the whole world found out. Like, literally, it was on every news outlet. It was on social media. It was everywhere. Like, what would that feel like? And then I didn't get a response back after that text.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's the way you have to contextualize
To
it.
be noted as well, the Falcons, in the last 10 years, I'm reading from Twitter here because the stat dropped, $350,000 fine and a fifth-round pick for illegal crowd noise, $75,000 fine and a $25,000 fine for a head coach reporting an injury violation the incorrect way, $250,000 fine and a fifth-round pick for tampering with Kirk Cousins, and now this.
Yeah.
The Falcons are on tilt and have been for a while.
Keyshawn just texted about you, Trudeau.
What do you say?
I think he must be listening.
Oh.
I got to ask him if it's okay for me to say this on the air first.
Well, then we got to go to break anyways. You can tell him off the air, and then you can figure it out.
Keyshawn texts me at least 3 times a week.
Wow, look at that.
During the show.
Can you say what he says?
Hi, Key.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Key, can we FaceTime you?
Yeah,
when you say high key, you mean like high key, or you mean like low key, or you
just like a greeting?
Oh, like hello key. Okay, no, I didn't know if you meant high key.
Come on, Cap. Don't do it.
Sorry, Big Perk. My bad, Big Perk. My bad.
Now we don't need Key in mornings anymore because we got Clinton Yates.
What's up, kiddos? How we doing?
Take that, Key.
Damn
Nailed
right.
it.
George, are you FaceTiming?
I am. Hold on, I'm trying to.
Okay, while he's holding on.
So what he said was,
do we have a hard start for the Cappy Lappy?
I would say 6:30 or 6:30.
Are you going to be
he
at
said
the
no,
home
he's
away
driving.
from home?
But he told you to pound
you're
sand.
You're leaving here. You're going to home.
but it can come up as
No,
audio.
I'm going to leave here.
Yeah.
You're welcome to join us for dinner if you'd like.
Okay, where is that?
We're going down to the
You're not
dog.
going to pick up the video
I
this
could do
time?
No, he said he's driving.
We're going down
So
to
you
the
can
dog.
pick up audio.
I don't think he knows how to do that.
This is great radio.
He doesn't know
We're
how to
having
do
dinner
that.
You think
at the
Keyshawn
dog
knows how to do
tonight.
FaceTime audio?
Okay.
With
I'm sure
my boy
you do.
Deacon
Key, I
Fry
believe you.
Oh,
from the Eagles.
just text me before you go to dinner.
Okay.
We managed that between 3 conversations.
But see, I had the dog for lunch,
only
so
a
I don't know if I
1 hour.
want the dog
Yeah.
for dinner. They make me a great salad at Lazy Dog. A great cob without the
still
stuff,
go
with all the salt.
Do they call it the lazy
Oh,
dog?
Bergman was FaceTiming me. What happened there?
Why is Bergman,
Why is Bergman FaceTiming you?
Let's FaceTime him back.
We got a lot going on.
Maybe he's
here.
with Keyshawn.
I thought it was Keith's thing.
No, he
still
was with
going.
Ireland a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
You're in the other room.
But yeah, but you
Oh,
FaceTimed
it's Key. I gotta go, Bergman.
Oh,
Key has
Oh, wow,
replied.
you just hung up on
What up,
Bergman?
man? You know how to use it in the car. Morales says you don't know how to use FaceTime in the car.
What's up, black man?
whoa, that's a drop right there.
Driving from work.
Okay. Well, we wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, you told Trudell to pound sand.
Well, yeah, because Trudell, I hadn't talked to Trudell in 10 years, so I figured he'd tell him to go pound sand.
Trudell, what would you have to say to Key?
Just I was confused about the context there, but it is nice to see you, Key.
Hi, Key.
What's up?
Low key.
Hey, I love listening to Clinton Yates in the morning.
Yeah,
He
let's
gets a lot of
go.
stuff wrong. He gets a lot of stuff wrong, and he's a Laker and a Dodger hater.
This is
but
what he
that's
texted me this morning. He goes, Laker hater, Dodger hater. And he texted the same thing to our board op, James Steele, who he also makes a joke that I cannot say on air about every single time he texts him. It's good to talk to you too, Key.
Why are we only looking at the roof of your car?
Because
there
he's an
you are.
old black man. That's how they operate in the car.
He
That's
just called
why.
you an old black man.
It takes one to know one. That's how I know how it goes. Anyway, it's good to see you, Key.
Hold on.
Man, bye.
Bye, Key.
Remember back when you used to make fun of the promos I had?
You never seen a Facebook video that an old black man does in the car? You're getting a lot of roof.
Should I be saying to, like, when you said, "Hey, what's up, black man"? Should I say to
No,
white
you
guys?
should never say that.
But,
You can't say that.
No, but should I say to white
You
guys?
just did,
Wait,
though.
You cannot
honestly.
say that.
Should I say to white guys, "What's up, white man"?
That is a question for you to ask another white man. That is not a
I
question.
think if
for you
people
to ask
overhear
me.
that,
sorry, dog.
that's not going to be
It's
good.
okay. I'm just saying that's not my ministry. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. I would.
All right, we got to go
Should not
break.
be asking that.
What if I see Trudell and I see him, he comes walking, I go, yo, what's up, white man?
Ignoring
Is that
your
cool?
ass. No. Get away from me.
Who are you?
In fact, I'm out. I'm going to the arena.
I kind of liked it.
No, don't leave because of what Key said.
All right, we got to go to
I
break.
don't understand what he said.
Cappy, tell us about your friends at Ocean Subaru.
I would love to. All right, so listen, I always talk about Omar, the general manager down at Ocean Subaru, and he's an amazing guy, 22 years in the U.S. Army. And when I say thank you for your service, take a listen to this, Clinton Yates. Desert Storm, Desert Shield, service in Somalia, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iraq, and Afghanistan. How's that for a decorated military career? How's that?
Excellent.
That's pretty good, right? So you know I'm a huge Subaru fan. I love the safety, the technology, the versatility, the reliability, the all-wheel drive. It's a very sporty car on the outside, but a very spacious vehicle on the inside. I've driven the Solterra, the Crosstrek, the Forester. They're really amazing cars. So now here's what I want you to do. If you're active duty military, if you are retired, if you're a veteran, if you're the family of a military family type, I'm telling you right now, come on down because Omar wants to take really, really good care of you guys. For those of us that are civilians, he's going to take care of us too. He wants to get you into the right Subaru vehicle, and he can do it for you. And he's so easy to find. 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, right off the 91 freeway. It's 1100 South Euclid. You cannot miss it. It's big, it's bright, it's beautiful, it's awesome. Go to SubaruOC.com for more information. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. And don't miss the Subaru A Lot to Love event. It is on right now. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
The baseball guys, the hockey guys,
Yeah.
aren't they all the same guys?
Well, I think
they wear different hats and
I
helmets.
think they all have the same basic. What's the road like? Principles,
Yes.
right?
Scales.
They all view the world
Yes.
similarly, but different.
They have the same commandments.
Yes.
Thank you, Emily. That's the word I was looking for. You can bring their wrath different things though. Like a baseball thing would not bother a basketball god, and vice versa.
Oh, okay.
The hockey gods would not be enraged by something that a baseball god might be enraged by, but they all get enraged in equal proportions.
So my thing is like for the Lakers, we're going to favor the Lakers today, basketball gods. Okay, wait a minute, they're getting a little too big for their britches. Now let's tip it over here.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Stay up to date with every playoff game with Lakers emails sent straight to your inbox. Each email offers something different. Lakers pregame emails provide game day essentials before tip-off, from projected starters to game times, while Lakers weekly emails give you exclusive Lakers content created exclusively for subscribers. Don't miss any of the action by signing up now at Lakers.com/emails. That's Lakers.com/emails. Let's go, Lake Show.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Trudell just asked me to nudge him again. 8 minutes before 5 o'clock.
See you, Michael.
Oh my God!
The Trudell nudge.
Trudell is nudging Morales.
Wow, Trudell just nudged me back. 2017, Trudell wouldn't have done that. But 2025, Trudell?
Yeah, take that, Key.
Yeah, take that.
Boy,
you
we
wish
have-
you could nudge me in morning drive again.
People ask me all the time,
We got Trudell to nudge, Key. Look at that.
What have you done to Trudell? What have we done to this kid?
I mean, this kid's even more lovable than he used to be.
And it really surprised me because I got the left peripheral, so I couldn't see it at first. I just felt it. Yeah. Pot that back up. On this day in 1999, this was world-class Britney. Britney Spears was released the single Sometimes. Gosh, this is... But I know you're looking at me side-eye.
No, I'm not.
But it's still good.
I just wanted to know how much credit you were actually going to give her. She was elite.
Elite.
Oh,
here comes the hook.
With 3 E's.
Can you feel the hook,
2
DeAndre?
E's.
DeAndre, what you know about
exactly.
Britney?
I know a little bit about Britney.
Oh, you know.
Come on now.
You ain't worried about it.
Leave Britney alone.
You follow Britney
Here
on...
it comes. Cappy, here it comes. Here comes the hook.
On Insta?
Let's hold hands for this.
Give it to me.
Am I the only one who here has been to a Britney brunch?
What's a Britney brunch?
A brunch where they only play Britney songs, and the trivia about
Really?
how you get prizes is about Britney Spears.
Really? I've
I
never
did not
heard
know
of
I
it.
was
Never
going to
been,
this
no.
when I went to it.
Where was it?
Answer
It
yes.
was in D.C.
You're the only one.
Yeah. Okay, very well. It was a good time.
This was solid Britney. This is when I was still in high school. 99.
Britney brunch was fun.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with a group of friends, and they were all like, we're going somewhere. And I was like, where are we going? Showed up, and it was a Britney brunch.
It's all chicks, though, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Unlike
We should do
Keyshawn just text me. Hold on.
We should
do
do
you
a
want?
Cappy brunch.
Yeah?
Cappy brunch would do numbers.
Yeah, what?
Numbers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There, we
Depending
just-
on where it is.
We just play Pearl Jam?
I mean, yeah. You have a little trivia, little, little interactive games.
And you
if
just
will.
share food with everybody.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
our bit, but you
Right.
do it with everybody.
Yeah. The one that made me the most uncomfortable recently was the chicken one.
He just
What do you say?
he just texted me silverback gorilla with a gorilla emoji or 100 Moraleses.
Well, so here's the thing. That was actually a bit. Well, did we do that bit a couple days ago?
I wasn't here that day.
It's only the national bit
Right.
of the week.
It's the
Yeah, it is the bit.
Yeah.
It's the TikTok.
But we did
yeah.
the 100 Moraleses. But Morales, old Morales,
Yeah.
the one he used to call fat every morning,
Yeah.
maybe. But this new Morales, heart
No,
patient
I-
Morales,
I-
Cardiac Kid?
could the cardiac kid? I don't think so.
Really? Because I think well, maybe the old Morales, because that Morales, maybe. Like 2018 Morales.
Oh,
maybe.
2018 Morales was prime.
Yeah, 2018 Morales, maybe.
That's when he used to buy us
But
the
here's
silverback.
thing,
That was a
gorilla's literally
performance aid.
Going to rip off your limbs and beat the other ones
Yeah,
with
we're
their
not-
limbs.
I mean, come on.
It's not
Silverback
happening.
gorillas,
Wait, you don't
like-
think the 100
No,
men
he
would
used to
win?
get us.
Not even close. 500 men would
Keyshawn
win.
used to
Come on,
bring
stop.
us.
No,
I agree with Clinton.
500 men would not beat a full,
No,
full-size
gorilla.
silver black gorilla.
Yeah,
Yes.
never.
Not even close.
Never.
Skulls would be crushed like you hitting pinballs
Yeah.
at a bowling alley or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
No, but
I mean, you're afraid of Marty McSorley.
Right. Well, listen.
Well, I am too.
I mean, you saw what he did in the year 2000.
Listen, I know what he can do in the year 2025 to
Right.
your ass.
Even
what's
at
he gonna do?
61
Take a
years
nap
old.
in front of me?
Oh,
Come on, Marty. Let's go.
Jeez.
Marty,
go.
it's them.
Here we go.
Well, no, hold
Yeah.
on. a
Marty,
second.
bring
me
your
out of
crooked
it.
stick.
Stop.
Keep me
It's
at
not
it.
them. It's him. It's not them. I went back and reviewed the audio. It was him.
No, it was you.
It was you.
And here's what I can't wait. What I'm going to say is, Marty, I'm a heart patient. You can't take a swing and just go after him.
Full chicken ass right there.
No, I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
watch
Tell
him take Cappy
Tell him,
down.
Clinton.
Imagine Cappy just
Well,
flying
see,
across the room.
This is why the gorilla thing would never work. Because you cannot get full output out of 100 humans without fear and chaos
Right,
taking
right.
over.
You're correct.
As
Right.
soon as guy 5 gets decapitated
Right.
in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's
This is
why
why
they're all running away.
This
Yes.
is why Clinton Yates, the new morning man, is great. 7 to 9 here on
Just saying.
710 ESPN.
Just saying, I'm not challenging the gorilla.
So
without
my son told me
a
the
lot
same
of
thing.
weaponry.
He said, he goes, the first 5
Your
guys.
son- Justin didn't come up with that.
No, he didn't come up with it. He's explaining to me why the 100 men don't have a chance. He said the first 5 guys get their skulls crushed like grapes.
Instantly.
He goes, and then he just.
With hands and feet, because they have opposable thumbs on their feet.
No, I did not
as
know
well.
this.
Opposable digits, a la apes have this. Can you imagine 4-pack? Bam, 4 skulls, you're out of there.
That's pretty bad.
Just do it 25 times, huh?
You know,
Right. That's math, right? It's
pretty efficient.
it's like breaking eggs in a carton.
Got it.
You know?
I still take the guys. I still take them
Who
in.
you got?
You also took Mike Tyson against Jake Paul.
That's right.
That
Right.
wasn't great either.
Well, I'm going to bring Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. You know what I mean? So I got both of them coming with me, too. Plus, you know who else I would bring? I'd bring Reacher.
Reacher.
You know, if I bring Reacher, he could help. You know?
Possibly.
I mean, you also thought Reacher could beat Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy would literally kick Reacher's ass.
Okay, I didn't know that Tom
there you
Hardy.
go.
I
Look.
had no idea that Tom Hardy was a multi-time
He
MMA.
just texted a picture of the silverback, the sexual performance aid he used to bring us.
Really?
You would have loved silverback. 2018 Morales was using that silverback.
Yeah.
That might have blown out the Schwans.
Really?
Or the heart.
Jeez.
Or both.
By the way, 5:30, the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip off.
I'm bringing Clancy, too. And
Blown
Reacher.
out the Schwans.
Is that his name, Clancy?
Hardy.
Hardy, not Clancy?
With Beto.
Tom Clancy.
Is Tom Clancy?
He's a novelist.
Well, I'm bringing him, too. He can write about it.
SEAL Team 6? Is that the name of that book?
I don't know. Is that his book?
You know what?
What?
I'm sorry.
This is completely off the rails
the
now.
rails.
But we got 30 minutes nonstop coming up. But first, tell us about Avner Gett.
Oh, really? It's my turn to talk about Avner
We'll get
Gett?
back to the Lakers and get back
Okay.
on the rails, but tell us about Avner Gett.
All right, let me talk to everybody out there who has had major damage at their home. It could be floods. It could have been fires. It could be something. Don't leave me hanging. Thank you.
My bad.
All right. Whatever the damage might be, here's what I want to tell you. When you call your homeowner's insurance company, you have this feeling like, okay, I have been paying these people the premium every month. I never miss. And I never even really put in an insurance claim ever. But wait a second. Now I've got a flood because I had a toilet overflow or a broken water line or a burst supply line or all of a sudden a fire sprinkler broke in my house. Whatever the water damage is, I've got a flood and I got to get out of my house and I'm depending on the homeowner's insurance to take care of me. But they're not going to take care of you more often than not. They're going to try and give you as little as they can, and you're not a specialist in negotiating with homeowners insurance companies, and you don't have a relationship with these people. You don't know the adjuster. You never talk to them, but Avner Gett does. Avner Gett has the relationships with all the insurance companies. When they find out that Avner Gett and his team are on the case, believe me, their tune changes real quick. Avner's been out this for over 20 years, and he's got a full team of people behind him. As a matter of fact, if I took Avner's team and put him up against that one gorilla, Avner's team would take him down. So no matter what the situation is, if you're having this problem with your insurance company, you call Avner. He takes care of it. 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256, or AvnerGatt.com. When you call, Avner answers the phone. 818-917-5256. Bring hello. That's Avner Gett. Avner Gett, your claim, our game.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Pool season starts when I say so. So if wearing floaties to brunch is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
It's Oasis pool season for everyone. Grab a cabana and hit the lazy river at the best pool in SoCal.
Number 2.
Whether you're sinking threes or grand slamming it, just come for the pitchers of beer at Sideline Sports Bar.
And the number 1 reason.
Fog Hat, live May 22nd. Get tickets now.
Morongo, good times.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
I showed up at the hospital and was told I couldn't see my children. Then I showed up in court and was told they may not be mine. Then I was accused of anything and everything. Sexual assault, domestic violence, substance abuse, you name it, I heard it. I was forced to go long periods of time without seeing my children. That experience of being wrongfully treated ignited something in me. I can look at a father and honestly tell him, I know how he is feeling. I've been there. At Real Fathers' Rights, we care about your family, your livelihood, and your future.
Dollar wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's 5 p.m. in the Southland. Turn it up, man. Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing. Thanks to our friends at Real Fathers' Rights.
Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney. Visit RFR710.com or call 833-ESPN-710. Let's do it. 5 o'clock in the Southland. 30 minutes of nonstop Sedano and Kap starts now.
You ready for this?
And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack.
Yeah. Doom da da pop. Doom ba da pop.
5:03. Sedano and Kap is on this Wednesday afternoon.
What's up, black man?
DeAndre's the only one that can hit that drum.
That's Clinton Yates from earlier speaking to Keyshawn on FaceTime on Sedano's phone.
Yeah.
Clinton
What's up,
Yates,
black man?
our morning man, 7 to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. He'll be reacting on what goes down between the Lakers and T-Wolves about 90 minutes away. 2 hours away from tip-off. Now, the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off will begin in 30 minutes with Beto Duran. We're going to go commercial-free right now thanks to Real Father's Rights. We're going to talk ball. We're going to talk real ball.
Real ball?
Real ball.
Real ball.
Cappy, do you believe that, I know you say it, but do you actually believe the Lakers can win this series?
Series?
It starts tonight. I think they can win tonight.
They can win tonight. They're going to win tonight.
They have to win 3 straight games.
Yes, we know that.
Thank you, Cappy.
This is math talking.
I understand.
And not only do they have to win 3 straight games, but they've got to do it in a very condensed period of time.
Correct.
Correct.
So when you go from Wednesday to Friday to Sunday,
he's breaking it down.
Your question is, do you believe that they can do it? And part of the reason why I don't believe that they can do it,
there we go,
is because of the amount of time that there is between games and the travel.
Not enough rest.
Right. And here's the other part.
No.
Okay.
That's Pepe.
Okay, Pepe.
Sorry.
That was amazing.
I was trying
I thought he was actually in here for a second.
No, he's busy parking.
Yeah.
Pepe has good parking at the arena.
Yeah. But I think when you look at what happened in Game 4 and how much the 5 guys played in the second half, and the fact that we've talked about how they didn't get any rest, and there was no trust in anybody else,
right?
And now you got to turn around and get home. And
McMiniman seems to think, and so does Trudeau, they're going to play more guys today.
Well, they have to,
right?
And whether that's because JJ is hearing all the grumblings from the media, or answering the questions where he's continuing to maintain that, hey, I did the right thing. They were not tired. They were not fatigued. As a matter of fact, one of the things that he said was our 2 best players both missed layups.
But I would say they probably missed layups because they were a little tired.
Maybe. You probably remember the plays.
I think, DeAndre, you played ball. Okay?
And you know ball.
Played it and know it.
Host of Lakers Talk Daily
at
on ESPN LA YouTube.
ESPN Los Angeles.
Want to promote the partner there, DeAndre?
Presented by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with that promo code ESPNLA to get a special offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit.
If DeAndre's making you a special offer, you want to know what the surprise is. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Nice work.
But if you're blowing layups late in the game, what would you attribute that to normally?
Sign of fatigue.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I would like to attribute it to sign of fatigue as well. But, of course, Luka won't, and LeBron won't.
No, of course not.
And JJ won't. And if
They'll
you
just say they missed it.
And if you go back and you look at those 2 layups, remember, Luka he's got a defender on his inside, and he's driving with his right hand to the basket. He's got the ball that he wants to lay up and finger roll off of it, and he just misses it. There was good defense played on that particular play. So, he drove to the basket, he got close, and it just missed. The same with LeBron. LeBron started from the left side and kind of came around and went to go up and put it in, and he also missed it. Was it fatigue? That would be my reasoning, given that they had played so much. But JJ refused to take that as he won't use it as an excuse. He won't back down from what he did. But here's the 2 things that happened as a result of what happened in the second half. 1, those 5 guys who played could be gassed, could be tired even coming into tonight's game, especially late in the game. That's 1.
Yeah.
And 2, guys like Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent and other guys that never got a chance to get off the bench, Jackson Hayes, who played those 4 minutes. McMiniman was really high on Jackson Hayes in his first 4 minutes. If it wasn't for the technical foul, which JJ said, this guy's head isn't into the game, then he might have even played more, and maybe it would have been more productive. But as Perk said yesterday, and as Richard Jefferson said yesterday, when you're a player and your coach benches you and says, we only have 5 guys that can play, what does that do to your mentals? What is that?
It's hard. I think a guy like Gabe Vincent, who's been through the ups and downs of a career, and has been in that situation because Eric Spoelstra at times would yank him. I think he's more understanding of that. I don't know Vanderbilt at all. Like, I feel like Gabe will bounce back fine, no issues. But I don't know Vanderbilt, so I can't. And I don't know Gabe, but I know enough people that played with him to know how he would react in that situation. I don't know that about Vanderbilt.
But just think if what I'm saying is accurate.
No, I get what you're saying.
But I'm not sure I'm right.
It's human nature.
Right, but I'm not sure that I'm right. In other words, could LeBron and Luka and the 5 guys that played, could they have gotten their rest, gotten properly hydrated, gotten themselves stretched out and ready to go, and they're recovered enough for tonight?
Need a good stretch.
And then
you do.
And then the second
We're
part
stretch labs when we need them.
Could really use those guys. And then the second part of it is, what if none of the players that have to come off the bench do have any kind of stress related to, hey, oh my God, I turned the ball over. He's going to yank me out of the game.
Right, I missed a shot. Right, yeah.
So if by chance the 5 guys who are supposed to be your closers, if those 5 guys are rested, recovered, rehabbed, and hydrated and ready to go tonight, good. And if the guys that are going to have to give you time off the bench can do it and have their heads on right because they're not worried that their coach doesn't trust them, then that's good too.
You know what else is good? I will give Laker fans a glimmer of hope. Okay?
You?
Yeah, I'm going to give them a glimmer of hope.
Oh, that's nice of you.
By the way, the video of Trudell nudging me and the way my head moves, and I was really into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a little. It looks uncomfortable now by me watching a video of myself being nudged by Trudell on social at ESPN Los Angeles. Can you guys make that like an Instagram montage for me so I can post that? Me nudging him and then getting counter nudged.
Yeah.
You want the back-to-back nudging.
Yeah.
Double nudge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a double nudge on a Wednesday night.
But a double nudge.
So the glimmer of hope for Laker fans.
Let me hear it.
Do you know who are the 2 highest scorers in NBA history in an elimination game?
LeBron
and Luka.
I was going to guess that. You didn't give me a chance to guess it.
33.5 for LeBron per average in elimination games. Luka 33.4. So if there's ever a time for these 2 prodigies, right, who have been one has been in the game for 22 years, the other one much less than that. Okay, like 7. If there's time for them to really show the power that they can harness both individually and potentially together, this is the time.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I actually believe that the Lakers will win the game tonight. In fact, I'm almost on the verge of betting on the game. I looked at ESPN Bet.
I think it was like 5.5.
So started at 7.5 earlier in the week, went to 5.5. I saw it earlier today at 6.5, so I'm not exactly sure what the line is. But I'm super confident that the Lakers are going to win this game tonight. The question you asked is, do you really believe that they can win the series? Okay, so here's the thing.
It's that 5.5 again.
Okay, you win the game tonight, okay? You win at home. You've been great at home this year. You got to turn around, got to get on the road. Have not been good during the regular season on the road, have not been good in the postseason on the road, not just this year, but in the last 3 or 4 years.
Plus, you only have 1 day of rest.
And there's very little rest, and there's a lot of travel.
Yeah. And then same way back. You only have 1 day in between.
Lakers minus 5.5. Take it.
I would take it.
I would take it.
Yeah,
take it, Key. Take it.
I would take it.
Wrong show.
But I think
we used to do that bet.
I know. I'm joking.
Keyshawn texted her, or you FaceTimed him.
I
I'm
know.
just trying to keep it in the family.
Clinton said hello to him. Clinton gave him a proper hello.
Yes.
Yeah, you got that drop?
You know, I mean, I don't.
Stand by for the drop.
I don't think that was it, man.
What's up, black man?
That's Kirk.
But here's the thing.
Sleepy time.
Can they go back? Jeez, man. Should we get you the pillow? Can they win this game tonight? Yes. Will they win this game tonight? I fully expect so. Can they go on the road to Minnesota and win? Sure they can.
No, not really.
Yes, really, they can.
I mean, they can. I don't know how likely that is.
Listen, as Trudell pointed out, they had game 4 won. They were up by 10 going into the fourth quarter.
Up by 7 with 4 minutes left.
And obviously, we've all talked about the foul that was not called, that the NBA said they made a mistake on. It should have been a foul call.
In the 2-minute
Luka hits
report.
the free throws, and then they've got a more significant lead. Could they have won game 4?
They would have had a 1-point lead.
Isn't that their problem though? They can't. They struggle to close out games.
They do.
In the end of the first quarter, they let the Timberwolves go on a run at the end of the first quarter. Going into the end of the first half, the Timberwolves on another run.
Yeah, the end of quarters, the T-Wolves are owning the end of quarters, which is a huge momentum shift in games.
Or as JJ would call it, a trend.
It is a trend.
Yeah, a trend of not being able to close. But I would say that the reason they didn't close in the last game is because of what I thought was a coaching mistake which we've talked about ad nauseum at this point, which is to not give other guys a couple of minutes.
All right, DeAndre.
Okay. Well, I'll disagree with you on that.
What do you believe the biggest keys are to win just tonight?
Second chance points. Limit the Minnesota from on the old boards. Minnesota does a great job of rebounding.
They do.
I will say, try to make others beat you tonight. I know that Anthony Edwards does a great job of facilitating.
2 on the ball. If you're not doubling Anthony Edwards tonight at least half the time, then you haven't done it. So you might as well do it now.
I'm surprised because they did it in game 2 when Minnesota ended up with 85 points in total that game. They did a great job of kind of zoning it up, making Anthony Edwards make a quick decision.
Mm-hmm.
So make Anthony Edwards get rid of the ball, and like I said, take your chances on McDaniels and Naz Reid tonight beating you, or guys like that, DiVincenzo. Let the role players beat you instead of letting Anthony Edwards get 40 points on you.
Right. I will sit. And I know there's some guy tweeting me, Anthony Edwards only had like 1 or 2 good games in this series. That's not true. Just because he had an inefficient shooting night does not mean he's not an effective player and an elite level player on multiple levels, whether that's assists. He's had like 8 assists a game basically in this series. His defense has been all world in this series too. So don't just be a box score watcher.
Trudell was here earlier.
Cut that up for me.
I love that.
Don't be that's going to go in the open tomorrow.
Yeah.
The recorded open tomorrow. I'm not going to be here.
Trudell being here earlier today, he said, hey, guys, I can make a legitimate case that they should at the very least,
be 2-2.
He goes, and at this moment, even though they're down 3-1, it's not like they're getting their asses kicked.
But honestly, I can make the case in every series pretty much that's still alive that it could be flipped or whatever.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean?
This is what I'm saying. So when he says it's not like they're getting their asses kicked, well, they're not. Because the games are close. They're competitive, other than really like game 1.
Right. The Houston Rockets are saying the same thing about the Golden State Warriors.
But here's the problem with that. Let's just say, hypothetically, Minnesota wins tonight. And let's say they win the game by a point or 2 points.
Right.
It's a very close game, very competitive game. Something happens at the end of the
I
game.
think they win by at least 6.
The Lakers?
Yeah.
I know, but let's just play the opposite role
the
for a second.
T-Wolves, yeah.
Let's say Minnesota wins the game tonight.
Right.
And let's say they win by a
Just
point
making
or
sure
2.
people know where I stand on the spread.
Let's say they win
You
by
got to know where he stands on the spread.
I want to know where he stands, naturally.
Yeah.
But
you're the one who wants to bet it.
I do want to bet it.
Yeah.
Let's say
How does it feel continuously getting interrupted to make your point? Because that's what you do to Sedano every day.
No.
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 Go ahead, Cappy.
Let's say Minnesota wins the game tonight. Let's say they win by a point or 2.
Series over.
Series over. They win 4-1.
Nico Harrison's popping bottles if that happens.
The tweet is happening tonight.
If they win 4-1, did they kick the Lakers' ass?
Yes.
Here's how it'll go. In the short term, people will be like, the games were competitive. As time goes further and further away, people will just look at it as a 4-1 series.
And here's why I say that.
Yeah.
Because when you look back and you see how Denver beat the Lakers a couple of times.
Right, but they swept them.
But there was also that
competitive sweep.
But it
was the most competitive sweep in the history of sweeps.
But wasn't there a series last year when they lost to Denver? When they
4-1.
4-1.
Yeah.
So even though
they were all competitive games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even though they were competitive. Now he's not interrupting. Now he's finishing my sentences because he's in my head right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was an ass kicking, they were competitive games.
Right.
But when it's 4-1,
yeah,
that's an ass kicking.
But here's what I would also say that series and this series has in common to what DeAndre just illustrated is that Denver closed games better than the Lakers, and the Wolves are closing quarters in games better than the Lakers.
And the reason that they were able to close Game 4 was because even though the Lakers had a 12-point lead or a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter, the decision that J.J. Redick made, which he will not look at us and say, you know what? I've gone back. I watched the film. My 2 best players missed layups. But maybe I probably, as I look back on it now, I maybe should have given those guys a couple of minutes of a rest. He refuses to acknowledge that, believe it or not, we didn't play in the NBA and we don't coach in the NBA. Doesn't mean that he's right all the time and we're wrong. In this case, I believe that we're right.
I agree.
So, again, you can say that it's been competitive, but if they keep beating you in the fourth quarter and you keep scoring very few points in the fourth quarter, that is a trend. That is a problem. Hey, coach, figure it out.
Yeah, that's what he's paid for.
I should have gotten racked right there.
Oh, you wanted to get racked?
I feel like when I
it was a good dismount.
When I spoke directly to the coach, hey, coach, figure it out.
Yeah,
thought that was rackable.
Yeah.
Can I say that I would also like to see the Lakers have a little more ball movement and player movement.
Oh, my God, yes.
Instead of one-on-one iso ball,
yes.
I talked about it today on the episode. I would like to see a little bit more down screens, a little bit more like if you're gonna set an on ball, there's got to be a little bit more movement than instead of guys standing around the perimeter.
I agree.
Just spotting up, ready to shoot. I get it.
If they lose tonight, what are you going to do tomorrow on Lakers Talk Daily?
I'm recording it tonight, and it's going to be
You should burn a jersey.
Don't
I'm not going to do that.
No, we'll just light a jersey on fire.
Yeah,
Any jersey or like a Laker jersey?
Yeah.
Well, Laker jersey specifically.
Okay,
Anyway,
gotcha.
yeah, I mean, listen, you're 100% right. The offense that looks so great during the season has not looked. Now, some of that is Minnesota, right? But that's on the staff. That's on JJ and the staff to try to figure out different wrinkles to allow that ball movement to happen.
You know, all this ball talk here for 1 second, guys.
Yeah.
You know, yesterday at about this exact same time.
Oh, my God.
We were watching that Milwaukee Indiana game.
Yeah.
And Milwaukee had I think it was like a 7 or an 8 point lead.
It was a 7-point lead, and then Indiana went on an 8-0 run to tie the game.
Yeah.
With 40 seconds left.
Right.
Right. Correct.
And then Indiana winds up winning that game. And we were watching that game while we were live on the air. As a matter of fact, George, as I recall, pretty decent play-by-play.
Thank you.
Yeah, not bad.
He's a professional. He's
I understand,
very good.
But he didn't have his boards in front of him. He didn't have, the roster. I mean, just based on who he knew. I mean, very good call. So at the end of that game last night, we're sitting here watching it, and we see Giannis going head-to-head with, was it Tyrese
John Halliburton, Tyrese's
dad. And at the time, I was like, what's going on here? What's up? And then at the end, you have Giannis giving like a thumbs up, and I'm like, okay, it's all love. Okay, I didn't know what happened. But what we've seen subsequently, where Giannis is being taunted by Halliburton's father, I mean, we missed it in real time, but it's all the aftermath of the game that shows us the video of what happened.
Right, we saw like a wider angle of it all. So, yes, so they win. John Halliburton, super fired up for his son in his son's biggest moment of his career to that point, I would imagine, like an individual moment at least in the playoffs. And he goes on and he's got this towel with Tyrese's face on it, and he's probably from me to you talking smack to Giannis. Mm-hmm. And then that's where eventually they collide. Look, he's since apologized. Tyrese actually even, I'm guessing maybe, I don't know if he spoke to his dad or not before he hit the podium, but he said, look, my dad was in the wrong there. I get why Giannis reacted the way he did. I mean, we're all good now. But yeah, that's not cool. I also don't think Giannis should have put his forehead into the old man's head like that. I don't think that's cool either.
I kind of liked it.
I don't think that's I think you got to be bigger than that in that situation if you're Giannis, especially when you have a history of overreacting to stuff post game, like literally against the Pacers. About this game ball or whatever. He was like chasing people down. Like he needs to relax a little bit in those scenarios. Like you're the star. You have way more to lose by potentially headbutting someone or putting your forehead up against an older, smaller man than he does.
But I will say this: Giannis in the post game press conference, talking about feeling disrespected and how he would never do that. And he actually at one point
he was going to elaborate more on what transpired, but then he said
in his neighborhood,
having somebody's dad, which I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for his son, and I'm happy that he's happy for his son. That's how you're supposed to feel. But coming to me and disrespecting me and cursing at me, I think is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Okay? And I'm not the guy that points fingers because in my neighborhood, snitches get stitches. So I don't want to say something, for him to say, to get fined or anything. But it's not respectful. I talked with him at the end. And I think we're in a good place.
Snitches get
They're in a good place now.
Snitches
get stitches.
Well, we know some snitches in the back that should get some stitches, right?
Oh,
Cafe?
Whoa.
Breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Is it Maxi Kleba?
Dave McMiniman saying that JJ Redick's Maxi Kleba is available for Game 5.
Available? Is he going to start?
Available. Let me tell you something. I'm starting to think maybe old Maxi's going to get some run in this game.
Oh, listen, you're in desperation mode.
Yeah.
You need a big body. Clearly, there's no trust left in Jackson Hayes.
Or maybe even Jared Vanderbilt.
And, you got to have something that can he's 7 feet tall or whatever he is, 260 pounds. You need some size or, George, one of your favorite words?
Girth.
Yeah.
He's got a little more girth than Jackson.
Got to have a little girth.
George, is Maxi Kleba, would you consider him a dog at all?
He's a good defender. I just don't know. I mean, the guy was in a boot just a few weeks ago, though. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
No, people don't even know his name. Like on
Well,
the
I'm
team.
saying though, like, is he a dog? They say he needs some dogs.
Dog.
The Toyota Lakers count down to tip off in about 7 minutes. We got to do a few housekeeping things real quick.
What do we have to do?
What's up, black man?
I can't respond to that. That was Sakishan on FaceTime, just so we're clear. First of all, we want to welcome a new partner here to Sedano and Kap at 710 ESPN. Our friends from the city of Bell Gardens, Park West Bicycle Casino. They start tomorrow on the air with Cappy. And get this, mark this down on your calendars. Friday, June 6th, we're going to do a live broadcast from Park West Bicycle Casino. I know it's ways away, but in a few weeks you can sign up to play in the first ever Scott Kaplan, the Cappy Blackjack Tournament.
Whoa.
Jack!
Blackjack, Jack.
We're going to play blackjack after we do the live remote that night. It's going to be amazing. Park West Bicycle Casino, blackjack. How about that? And apparently they're printing up Cappy bucks. Your face on money.
That would be nice.
I already got all his money. We know, Rachel,
Yeah.
but I just responded to one of my voices, which was odd.
I know, that was weird.
It was weird. Cappy Bucks, Park West Bicycle Casino, Friday, June 6th. Mark it in your calendars now. We welcome them to the airwaves of 710 ESPN and the Sedano and Kap show. By the way,
quick note on that. Quick note. It's important.
Go ahead.
So a buddy of mine the other day tells me, he goes, we're going to play cards. I said, where are you guys going? He said, we're going to bicycle. He goes, we're going to go to the bike. That's what he said it.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, really? You're going to the bike? He goes, yeah. He goes, everybody has moved to the bike. I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, and he started telling me the story about how other casinos don't pay as much or their odds aren't as good. So he's like a real, professional-ish kind of card player.
He's a card man.
And he's like, everybody now goes to the bike.
Card shark?
I guess so.
Well, that's part of Cappy's Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, Cappy, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is. With a competitive cash offer, no repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com, DRE 0196-1658. 28. Or is it 27?
I think it's 28.
28.
I think it's 28.
28, he said.
Yep,
Yeah.
28.
All right, so
Stitches get stitches.
Stitches do get stitches.
Make your bold prediction, Cappy, for tonight.
Bold
What
prediction.
happens? Give me a score.
Lakers 111.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota 102.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to call it a convincing, solid victory for the Lakers tonight.
I'm going to go 114 to 101.
Lakers?
Lakers.
What do you say, DeAndre?
105 to 95. I'm going Lakers. I think they're going to play it better defensively tonight.
Okay.
Come on, Lindsay. Go against
Come on,
the grain.
baseball. Come on, Lindsay,
No,
basketball.
I'm picking the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
I think the Lakers will win.
Yeah.
It'll be a close game.
Well-
Like 102, 100, something like
Oh,
that.
man, all four of us picking the Lakers tonight.
That means they're going to lose.
Yeah, it doesn't
That's
bode
never
well.
good. That's never good. All that stuff always goes wrong. Hey, listen, let me tell you about the crazy Hernandez brothers. Cappy's already. I hooked up Cappy with him because he needed some flooring. Do you need flooring for your home, your rental? What about your ADU? Of course, man. If you need flooring, you need to call the crazy Hernandez brothers, okay? At 866-62-FLOOR. That's 866-62-FLOOR. You know what drives me crazy? These big box national retail stores that pretend to give you a deal by marking up the price just to mark it back down. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
We're not stupid.
What are we, stupid?
At the Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, all right? Legitimately family run. We got the crazy Hernandez brothers. We got Papi Hernandez, who started it all in 1970, for God's sake, okay? Papi. And then you got mommy there, you got the tias, you got the cousins, you got the primos, you got the nephews, the nieces, everybody.
What about abuelas?
Abuela too? All authentic, old school TLC, actual wholesale pricing year round. No bogus sales, no gimmicks, just the best price from the start. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. And that's why I say it, I mean it. No sale beats wholesale, homeboy.
Bam!
There we go. Hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl, carpet, you name it, they got it. Over 5 million square feet in stock in their inventory. They got 2 locations, Commerce and Santa Ana. Both places like the size of 5 football fields, those warehouses. You could see it, touch it, and take it home with you on the same day. That's huge, especially when you're trying to finish a project fast. And check this out. If you refer a friend, you both get 10% off your next flooring purchase.
Bam!
It's why first responders, designers, contractors, builders all shop at the Crazy Hernandez Brothers at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring because they know the Crazy Hernandez Brothers are always going to take care of you.
Bam
And
again!
if you find a better price, Hernandez will match it. No questions asked.
No question, sucker.
All right. So head down to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring in Santa Ana or Commerce. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. That's 866-62-FLOOR. No games, no gimmicks. Just the best price in town year-round because no sale beats wholesale. So check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. That's HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net.